Welcome back. Thursday night, Mark the Mentor. I am back in the building. I'm back in the building. Pardon me. I know the screen went white for a second. I didn't realize I had pressed the space bar and that paused the intro. I'm not what you call those guys that like be the producer. So this is all produced by me, narrated by me, written by me, and everything by me. So sometimes it's going to be little mishaps. You see what I'm saying? Like I just did right there by hitting my elbow hit the space bar, and I'm trying to figure out why the screen was all white. I figured it out. So come on in, hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. Can everybody hear me? Yeah, it looks like everybody can hear me. My levels looking real good. Yes, they are. All right, come on in. How's everybody doing tonight? How is everybody doing tonight? All right, what we got going on? We got James in the building. James. I got a very disturbing phone call about James earlier today, but we're going to say that for later. Julio in the building. We got Spokane in the building. VA, Brian Watkins in the building. Felton in the house representing the boot. North Carolina in the building. What else we got in the building? Is the Walk in the building, Milwaukee in the building, Maryland in the building. I'm trying. Kurt's been busy. I spoke to him today. We're going to have a good sit down. James, man. Should I talk to James before I even start my show? Because I got some very disturbing news. About James. Kurt called me mad as all hell earlier today about James. Oh, James. I don't know what to say about you, James. You had man. Zupchuck, what's going on? What is going on? Hello, Mr. Hope all is well. Dropped a notch, taking it all in. Tracy, what is going on? Hope all is going great with you all tonight. Julio, what's going on? Interstate Screw, what's going on? Big Slick, what's going on? Everybody, what is going on? James, I'm finna get James out the way. Pippi, what's going on? Everybody come on in. James, I gotta start my show off with you, James. I don't know. I really don't know. James probably, I don't know. James, where you at, man? You in the building? I know you in the building, James. Let me know you in the building, James. Might as well just get this on out the way. Get it out the way. Where you at, James? Where are you at, James? Come on in. I don't know. D Whitley in the building. All right, I guess James went and tucked his tail, so I'm gonna move on. But Kurt called me very upset. I mean, Kurt was mad as hell. He was so mad, he made me mad. When he told me what he told me, it got me upset. So I don't know. James, come on, I'm finna drop this link, James. I ain't never did this before, but I don't. I usually wait to the end, but I'm finna let you come on up here because you got me and you got Kurt very upset today, and it's like, man, we put you in the best position, I think, more than anybody that we've ever helped, and you just don't listen. You do what you want to do. What's the point of having help if you're not gonna take advantage of the help? So go ahead and hit the link, James. Let's just get it out the way. You got everybody rooting for you. Everybody been following your journey, and you just do what you want to do. So go ahead, hit the link. We finna bring James in. Come on, let me kill this. Let me see.
Give me a second. Let me see.
James. Okay, I guess you don't want to talk. So back. Oh, there you go. James.
What's up,
James, what's
Mark?
up, man? What's up, man? You tell me,
My
man. What's going on? Cause you
my
got
headset's dead, so I don't know if
okay.
you could hear me that well.
I hear you perfectly fine, brother. You got Kirk
So
mad, man. Turn.
when
Let me turn this
look,
volume
look
down some.
when I this so I know it, like for example when I use the the truck calculator coming back to Brooklyn, it was more there was more than my cost per mile that Kirk had sent me. So I mean it's not that much of a profit, but at least it's a little bit,
It's no profit,
you know.
James. It's no profit. It's no profit. You're running from New York to California for $3,700.
Yeah, coming back from
Oh,
Cali to
hold
Brooklyn.
on, hold on. You went from the East Coast to the West Coast for how much?
Yeah, for 34.
Why?
When I calculated it, it said that I had a profit because I removed, like for example, my my food expenses. You know, like I today this whole day I only spent $40 on food. So
James, you're not
all
listening.
I ate
See,
today
that's
was a huh?
stop. You don't listen, James. When you came to
No,
my
I
channel, listen. No,
this is
don't
this is what
stop.
happened.
No, I don't care what happened because listen to what I'm saying. You're going from New York to California. That's a cross country trip. How many loads have you taken prior to this trip? Two, right?
Um,
Two.
yeah, two, and then my
So
third
so
trip got canceled on me.
hold on, huh? You've
It's
been in
my
the
third.
business. You've been in the business what, a week and a half now, right?
Yeah, about
Okay,
two and a
stop.
half.
Stop. All right. To run from one end of the country to the other end of the country takes experience. That's an experience trip. You're running from New York to California for $3,400.
Yeah.
Okay. From New York to California for $3,400. How much you think is going to cost you in fuel to make that trip?
Uh, about 2,000 tops.
Okay. Now, when you calculated this, what did you come out with? Because you said you
Or
used some type of calculator or something, right?
yeah.
Okay. What did you come up with? Because I saw when you
Huh?
put it in the chat yesterday. I just didn't say nothing because I just shook my head. But you had Kirk so mad earlier. Kirk was fuming when he called me earlier.
Look, what coming back from Cali to Brooklyn, it said that it calculated $1.40, but my cost per
Listen,
mile is $1.25.
you're not listening, bro. Forget coming back. You got to get there. You're on your
Yeah,
way there. You know how long it's going
yeah.
to take you to get from New York to California?
About 5 days, 5 days,
Okay, and you
five or
took
six.
that run for 3,400, right? You're gonna be a
Yeah.
little over $2,000 in fuel, right? Plus all
No,
your
it's
other
less.
costs. No,
It's less
no,
than that.
no, 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 no. Where you at right now?
I'm in Morris, Illinois.
All right, so check it out. The reason why I put you in tune with Kirk was so that he can guide you. I gave you a direct link. I told you I would pay for it. When I called Kirk, Kirk said, "Man, for you, Mark, don't worry about it. I'm going to help him out." So that's
No,
my
I've been
name
trying to
on
hit.
the. No, let me. You're not letting me talk. That's
All
my
right,
name
go
on
ahead.
the line because he charges people. He's doing that for me. So I gave you the plug, and you're not using the plug. You're still doing everything on your own. Why wouldn't you
Okay.
not run that past him before you accept, before you even took it?
I tried to, but he was busy.
I don't know. I can't accept that. And
Kurt,
then you're coming
I,
back, James.
no, I'm telling you, I tried to hit him up, but he was sick and then he was busy. So,
Well, he
and
was
I
sick.
don't want to I
I
don't want
give
to
him that.
blow his phone up like that because I don't want to waste the opportunity. You
All right,
know.
so check it out. Why you didn't hit me?
Well, I was about to today.
Well, what
I was gonna
you are
pay for a consultation, but
you don't have to pay for a consultation. This is Kurt calling on.
listen,
No, no,
listen.
hold on. No, you listen. You
All
listen
right, go ahead.
because I'm upset. He's upset. Hold on. I'm finna. Hold on. Hold on. We finna get to the bottom of this. We finna get to the bottom of this. Kurt, what's going on?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm. I was
James,
doing all right until
James,
you called me
James,
earlier
man.
today.
What's up, Kurt?
James.
Let me get one word in. All right. So, hey Mark, you know how so I found your channel like a month and a half ago, but you know how I watched some of your videos and some of your lives. You say that a lot of people, like for example, your members, they'll try to hit those final mile numbers up that you post. So I hit one of them up, and I built a good relationship with the JB Hunt guy. The only reason why I wasn't able to, I mean, this week I was trying to hit up Kirk, but I'm gonna respect him because he's busy. So I don't want to text too much. So and call. So I looked other avenues and I built a good relationship with him. The only reason why I didn't sign on was because I don't have workers comp and I don't have I have somebody in mind to help me be a helper. It required two people, and I didn't know that. So he told me, take your time. You're new. It's cool. I built a good relationship. He said I could hit him up once I get that figured out. So I'm trying. I'm trying to take advantage of what I can.
James,
But
this trip right here will end your career. You're going from listen. I charge $20,000 to move people from Chicago, and that's halfway across the. I'm halfway there to California. 20 grand. I don't. We don't. It's no cover. The minimum I'm thinking about before you even tell me what you got is 20 grand. Yes, it's more labor involved, but you're going cross country.
right.
You're not accounting for anything. You looked at that 3,400 and you said, "Good, 3,400 is no money to go from New York to California."
Yeah, it's not.
You got the floor, Kurt. You got it, man.
I don't know what to say. So, James, one of the things that I did with you was, and I want you to make it clear on the internet, because one thing with me and Mark, we're very forthcoming. When I did your cost per mile, I have your cost per mile right here. I just tell my wife to resend it to me. Did I send it to you or did I tell you how much it is?
No, you sent it to me. It's $1.25.
Hold on a minute. Did I send it to you via email or did I tell you how much it was?
You sent it through email.
Okay, so you have a copy of it.
Yeah.
At $1.25, I gave you a radius, right?
Yeah, you did.
And I
Yeah,
say
you
if you
did.
stay in that radius, you will make that type of money at that cost, right?
Right.
Is California a part of it?
No.
So if you call me and didn't get me, how you ending up in California?
All right. So
Where?
I'm gonna
Hold
tell
on
you
a
how.
minute. Hold on a minute.
Right.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Cause see, this is why I keep telling you, Mark, history is best qualified when it's documented. Because hear what he said? He reached out to me and he didn't get me and he didn't want to blow me up. Yet he have a cost per mile. I give him a radius. See, I
Oh,
can
you give
back
him a
up my word.
radius.
I give him a radius. See, let me tell you what I do, James. You see, anything I do with anyone, my work, I can back it up. I'm going to tell the audience tonight, every single state that I tell you to go, and if you stay within that state at $1.25, you will make the $20,000 a month. And California is not a part of it. You get what I'm saying? Your first state would have been New York. Your last state would have been Missouri. Your furthest state would have been Texas. When you go to California, that's you doing you. You get what I'm saying? So when you come in here and said that, oh, you're trying to get me and you didn't, even if you didn't get me and you see a load going to California, you look at the cost per mile, you see the cost, you would have been already know. Kirk said, don't go to California. How many times I talk on the show and said, don't go to these areas, especially with a box truck. You're running a rental truck. You get what I'm saying? You're going over 2,700 miles. You even, before you leave the state of Pennsylvania, you're running in the negative. Now, let's take a look. Because I'm going to let the people know what I do for you. And you're going to back it up today. Because like I said, anything we do, we can back it up. We don't come on the internet and talk stuff.
Hold on a second, chat. Hold on a second, Kurt. People in the audience said let him talk. And then somebody said he's learning. Y'all don't know his situation as far as working capital. He was working on a very limited amount of working capital. So if you're not, familiar with the whole backstory, some people know the whole backstory, but if you're not familiar with this whole backstory from 2 months ago with the money that he's working with, this trip right here will end him. So if you don't know the whole backstory, it's not for you to say, let him talk. We've let him talk. We've helped him. We haven't charged this man nothing. We've pushed this man to win. The talk, he has nothing to say. Nothing. There is no talk. There is no talk. So if you don't know the backstory, you gotta chill. Because ain't nobody gonna reach in their pocket when he's stranded somewhere and can't get back to the crib. Me and this man know the backstory. The people who's been following his journey know the backstory. So if we're being hard on him now, it's because we wanted him to win then. And we put a lot of time in with him. And he don't listen. Go ahead, Kurt. I'm sorry, man.
So when James came, I have his breakdown of his cost per mile right here, right? When James came, he was paying for 2 load board. That's correct, James?
Yeah.
Okay. And when I do your cost per mile, I shred about $2,000 off your cost per mile. The same day when I shred it, you went to Walmart and buy some stuff to sleep in the truck because part of your expense was your hotel, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. On my first run, I stayed at the hotel.
But the thing that you do is you shred an expense and then you go and accumulate a next expense. Because in the chat that we were in the live that we were doing the other day, you mentioned that you went to buy selectors. So even though I'm saving your money on one hand, you're going over here and taking the money that I'm saving you to spend on the other hand. Even though I shred you the load board for $180, you still went and buy a load board for $99.
$500
you get
a
what I'm
month.
saying?
$500 a month.
And then in the next 2 months, you'll be paying $500 a month. But the point that I'm saying is that you have us do all this work, put in all this time. I send you your cost per mile, right? I send you your cost per mile. I send you, matter of fact, I send you 2 things. I send you your cost per mile and I send you the breakdown of the partial, how to use the truck to get the partial and the truck, correct?
That's right.
You know that I charge people $2,800 for mentorship? I charge people just to do the partial training $550. You get what I'm saying? And even a consultation, we charge $120. So with me saving my time and my effort and putting it to work to save you money, only to watch you take those same savings and just desecrate it in something else, it's like we're wasting our time. Because you're running to California on a negative. You're not even running at $1 a mile. You out of your zone. You let brokers pick you up and tell you go here, here, and here. I said it all the time. Some of you guys run a truck without a radius. You go to California, you go to Chicago, you go to here, and you wonder why you can't make no money doing this in a rental truck. And even if I see your call and I see your text, but my thing is I send you your cost per mile. So when you look at it and the rate, you have the radius up, you looking at it, I can tell the people the radius. But you shouldn't pass Missouri. You should have never passed Missouri. The cost per mile is based on that radius. It doesn't give you to go everywhere. But hey, I'm going to tell you this on the show. You need to leave that truck in California and take a flight back. Because if you're going to run that, I'm telling you, I don't think you want to do brokers a favor twice. You get what I'm saying? And if you need to put your MC down for a few months, get your capital up, where you can afford to come in the business and still have the proper training that everybody's giving you to come back out here, then that's what I think you should do. But while you're doing it, you're not heeding to the information. You're not doing it. You're running the truck like some of these people, like you're desperate. Running a business on a desperate operation does not give you profit. Let me say
I was desperate.
Say this to you. Okay, yeah, but let me say this to you. I spoke to Mark today. He told me I was angry. He was on the phone. I couldn't even talk at one point. I asked him.
I told him.
I have 925 miles. Didn't I tell you this today, Mark? Yep. 925 miles from Edison, New Jersey to Columbus, Georgia, and my semi. You know how much money I'm getting, James? $5,100. You going across the country. You damn near doubling the amount of mileage I'm going for way less. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
I don't know, James, but you know, I stopped my show. I got a show to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is just more proof that people done tried to help you and you just don't listen, bro. So I don't know, but this is what puts a sour taste in my mouth for doing. I never did that. I called another man, offered to pay this man. He said, "No, Mark, for you, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of him." You know, he got a family, he got kids. You know what I'm saying? This is a stream of revenue for him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So he did that as a favor for me. So that's my name on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear Axel talk all the time about selectors. You hear him talk all the time about selectors. All right? You're a new carrier. They don't give loads to new carriers. You know your financial situation. You know you have limited working capital. Why would you get a $500 a month load board? You hear Axel week in and week out talk about selectors and new carriers. But yet and still you go do the complete opposite. I'm never doing this again. I would never call nobody else and see, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? This is why I don't do mentorship. And I can see why people that probably do mentorship get bad flack. It may not be 100% the people that's doing the mentorship. It may be the mentees just not adhering to the information. I don't know. But this is a prime example of people not listening. So you can't. I don't even want to hear nobody else complain about no other box truck people that's charging tens and twenties of thousands of dollars, because they may be giving good information. It may be the people that's paying that's not doing what they supposed to be doing. Because you can't even help somebody for free and they don't listen. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't no trip that a person can on a learning curve and figure it out. No, this trip right here will put you out of business.
Can I chime
And I
in?
and I think this trip did. Go ahead, and then I gotta get to my show, bro. I got a show scheduled. You know what I'm
Let me
saying? I
chime
gotta
in.
do my
Hey,
top ten final mile companies, man.
hey, James, I just tuned in. I didn't catch all the beginning, but these guys are giving you a tough love. Don't take it the wrong way, but you got to learn from this. But I'm telling you, in the rental truck and your new carrier, you're going to have very hard time because everyone's going to take advantage of you. You're not going to learn the right way. You know how I started? I ran underneath the carrier for a year. I didn't even have my vehicle. I drove theirs. So I got to learn routes, where to go, where not to go. I met people on the road, and I made friends and enemies, and there's a lot to learn, and you can be really sharp at it. Sometimes it's better just to go in somebody else's truck or van, and know that your money is your money every week. You don't have to worry about the rental and the insurance and this and that. And if you hash it out for a year or two and be strict with yourself and save your money, then you can get your own vehicle. Maybe you'll learn a lot more. But those trucks, rental trucks, they're killer. And I mentioned it on the other show. I have a rental van, but I have a great deal with Enterprise that nobody can get. I don't even get charged for the miles. But I'm also the carrier. So I don't let the brokers push me around. I don't take loads and stuff. The load I'm doing now, it never even made it to the load board. They called me. So don't take everything the wrong way. But Selectus, I'm telling you, they're doing right now a big cleanup on Selectus. We're going after all the dispatchers. Today I know another carrier is on the phone with them for 2 hours, giving them a list of people to check. They're going to start cleaning house, and that means the brokers are going to be checking everybody. Because when a carrier shows one vehicle on their profile on Safer with the FMCSA, but they have a portal with 130 vehicles, vans and trucks, they're not going to trust nobody. And you're a new guy by yourself, they're not going to trust you. So the crappy brokers will try to take advantage of you. So just absorb, and that's it. I'm cruising.
So look, James.
Yeah.
Kirk. I'll keep my line open for him. Don't make any more decisions without contacting. At least email me. All right, we're gonna try to make sure you get back home because you got to go all the way to California, and then you got to come all the way back.
I won't even go to California right now. I used to always run the West Coast.
You know what I'm saying? So he's telling you to leave the truck out there. I don't know. Do you think you're gonna have enough to make it and make it back?
I wouldn't have took it if I didn't have it. I almost didn't because my bank is acting crazy. Chase business accounts are crazy because they like Penske. I paid Penske, but it's not on my transactions. And then like sometimes I'll have an extra grand. And then I call Chase. I'm like, yo, how do I get this? And then they're like, I'm like, is do I now do I have $5,000 in my account or do I have four? Because I calculated that after my bill I would have
So
four, but then
so
I got five.
so the way
And not only
Penske so
that,
the way
my
Pen, so the way Pen,
transactions.
right, so the way Penske works, they'll put the thing on hold and then it'll fall off. And if you're not paying attention, you know what I'm saying? You're not real. Then they'll come back and snatch it. And then the thing with Penske too is they're not as damn it's right word efficient as like Enterprise is. Like they'll miss charging you for 2 weeks, and then they'll just come back and take everything. You know what I'm saying? They're not
Miles and all.
they're not really like Enterprise. They're gonna make sure they hit you. If your rewrite day is Friday, they're gonna hit you on Friday. Yo, can we hit this card? Yeah, go ahead. Boom. Penske, not so much. So you have to really keep up with Penske, and you got to make sure that you paying attention to see if that hole falls back off. You got to leave that money where it's at. You know what I'm saying? So
but this is I'm gonna say this because I'm a jump off, man, because this thing is you're running. Let's say you spend $1,500 in gas. Let's put it at $1,200. You have $3,400. Let's put it at $1,200, right? How much per mile you pay for that truck?
18 cents. Well,
18
no,
cents.
I put the way I calculated it is I don't know 100%, so I just said 50 cents a gallon on fuel. That's what
No. How
that's
much you
a
pay? How
mile.
much you?
So
No. I'm talking about the truck payment plus the
it's
mileage.
18 cents. So altogether
So
with the with the
so
fuel, it's like 68 cents a mile.
okay. So let's say you pay 68 cents. How much for the truck a week?
700.
So you pay 700. So Mark, 18 cent times 27, because that's what you're gonna be paying. That it well, it
That's
would
more than
be.
2,700 miles, Kurt. That's got to be at least
Where are you
3,000.
going in California?
Bakersfield.
Where'd you
So you
come from
gotta
in
go.
New York?
You gotta go north of
No, I left.
California.
I came from Jersey, from Burlington.
So Burlington, New
Oh,
Jersey. Hold on.
mama.
Burlington. Okay.
Burlington, New Jersey.
Kirk, do the
Burlington.
miles times 18, the truck and tax.
Hold on.
Yeah, he's
Burlington, New
doing it.
Jersey. And you're going to where are you going again?
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield. Bakersfield is north of Cali. We're using this to show people that when you get in these rental trucks and you think that you can come out here and make thousands of dollars, this is a perfect example.
27 and a half. 2,746 miles. Say 2,750.
Right. Okay.
28.
So put 28, right? And then now you
Yep.
do the mileage.
No. I pay 18 cents. I said 68. I pay
Right.
18 cents, but what I'm saying is 68 with the combined with the fuel. How much it'll cost with fuel?
You have $500 just for the miles.
$500. And how much is the fuel?
I'm on the show.
How much?
Gotta call you back. Hello?
How much is the fuel, Kirk, on those 2,800 miles?
What are you driving, James? What kind of truck you got?
2022 Freightliner. It's good. It's good on fuel. I swear, this truck gets me far with a full tank.
So what you gotta understand, James, is that's $500 in miles going there. You still gotta come back.
So it'd be like for the whole week, it'd be like $1,200 for the rental. When I ran from Jersey to Iowa that
No,
week, it
it's
was
more.
only
It's
more
more
than
than
that.
1,200, James. You
I'm
got
gonna let you
700
figure
for
that
the
out,
rental,
no.
Kurt.
I'm saying
500 for the
700 plus for
miles. That's
500.
12 plus tax. And he only figured the miles on the trip. He didn't figure any deadhead driving around going to get the load or anything.
Think about it like this, James. You took a load one way for 37. You took one coming back for what, 34?
No, the one going there is 34, and the one coming back is 37.
Same thing. All right, so you're gonna run for 2 weeks for $7,100. Even though you're gonna take a loss, that's 2 weeks, so you're not even making 10 grand round trip going from one end of the country and back.
Hold on a minute. It's gonna cost him
Yeah, I know.
between the truck. Listen, it's gonna cost him between the truck, which is the mileage, gas, the truck payment. Is gonna cost you $2,750. It's gonna cost you $2,750 to take a $3,400 load. That's what it's gonna cost you. So that's why when you first came on, you say you made a little bit of profit. Remember when you first came on and you talked to Mark, you say,
Yeah.
I make a little bit of profit. That's why you say, but why would you take a load that cross country that's going to give you a little bit of profit?
But you're not factoring how you factor in hotels, how you factor in food.
No, I don't. I factor it based off his cost per
I was thinking
mile.
of the truck.
So you're not gonna wash your ass? You finna be gone
you
for
know-
2 weeks, and you not. All right, you got it, Kurt. I'm done.
Yo, I gotta make
You got it.
sacrifices.
Not them type of sacrifices. You can't walk into a nothing, man. Kurt, you got it, bro. I'm done with it.
Nah, of course I showered.
You're gonna make
Where?
$650. And if you
I
come back
mean,
from Jersey, you're going to make even less. If you come back to Brooklyn, you're going to even make less, because when you come back, all them tolls and going over the bridge,
Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah,
going to be a cost on you.
and whatever you
This
eat
this trip
too.
that you did was not supposed to be a trip that you take, especially with the experience that you have and the
thank
guidance
you.
that you have. To be honest with you, even Mark and I was talking to it today. I can't even use you and my authority to bring you back. And even if I was supposed to take a chance, I don't know what you might do, because at the end of the day, you don't follow instruction. I might put 3 parcel on your truck and then you take south when you're supposed to take north.
Hey Mark,
Yo,
You know, it's crazy.
can you do 2,800 times $1.30 for me? I would do it, but
So,
I'm driving.
you know, and like I said early on, your cost per
3640.
mile when I send it to you,
What is it?
how much is it?
3640.
So 35 to 3,600, James. I would go with the van, and it would cost me a lot less. You're taking a whole truck with all those extra costs and the extra fuel. That's why I won't go to Cali, because they don't even want to pay us right now.
Hey
I
James,
went
did
to
you see
Cali.
the? Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I went to California the other day. Sorry to cut you, Mark.
That's all good.
I went to California the other day in the semi. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And even before, remember that live, Mark? Even
Which
before
one?
even before I left right into Oklahoma City, I was already at $8,000 in completion of load between Tulsa, Missouri. I got 2 load in Oklahoma, and I was already at 8,000. So how are you running? You get what I'm saying? I gave you your cost per mile with your radius. It says right here: New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Illinois, and Missouri. Nowhere here I ever mentioned Iowa, South Dakota, North Dakota, California, Salt Lake, Wyoming, Arizona, California. Nowhere I ever mentioned that. And I said to you when I sent it to you on the phone, I said, James, stay within this radius. And you even said to me that you're going to try the East Coast. And I said, yes, when you get back over here, start over there. You get what I'm saying? And I sent it to
Yeah.
you. I emailed it to you so you have it. Then I send you the breakdown of the partial and I walk you through it. Then I send you the link for the training. And I said, we're going to do a training with 5 people. Jump on the training. Correct? I mean, we don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm
I
gonna
don't
let
know
you
what
do your
happened that
show,
day.
Mark.
I got a
I
show
know
to
you
do,
gotta
man.
go.
I got a
Yeah,
show to
so
do.
I'm out. I gotta watch a
That
movie with my
that
wife.
one day I couldn't
I don't
join
want to.
because
Hey,
I
I
don't
had a
want my
problem.
wife filed for divorce because of James tonight.
hey James, stay in tune with me, man. I'm not gonna leave you out there bogus, but I'm upset because like you came to the channel with you asked more questions than anyone, and you were always here, and I'm like, man, this guy really wants to know. You were very forthcoming and very honest about your situation. So this is a public platform because you put your business out public. If your business was private, then we
Yeah.
wouldn't be having this on public. People have been rooting for you on this channel, people have been rooting for you on the other channel, you know what I'm saying? But you put your situation out there, and you knew you were working on very, very limited funds. You publicized that. So what did I say a month ago to you? I said, once you get going, you have no room for error. I don't run middle mount. I'm going to put you in tune with Kirk. I'm going to pay for your consultation, your mentorship, whatever. I said that. What does Kirk be saying? History is, what is it called? Documented?
History is best qualified when you're documented.
Go back and watch all those lives. I said that. I called Kirk. Kirk did this for me off the strength. You see what I'm saying? He got a family. So that's my name. You know what I'm saying? I put my name on the line. You dig what I'm saying? I never done that for nobody else. I did that for you because you were here all the time, and just man, I'm like, this dude is here all the time. This dude got 1,000,001 questions. I'm gonna look out for this dude. I like this dude. I got a good feeling about this dude. I don't have no problem spending no money to help you, but man, like
I appreciate it, man.
you didn't do nothing we told you to do. Axel talks about selectors every single show. He's like a broken record when it comes to selectors. And then you
Well,
on
that's why I
limited.
asked him, because I didn't really like when I heard Axel talk about it, I didn't hear much, because it's not like I've been watching all of your videos. Like
Check it out.
I just
Check it
started
out.
following you about a month ago.
You're on limited capital. I
So
put you in tune with Kirk. All you had to do is just listen to him. They did your cost per mile. They gave you a radius. You shouldn't. Why are you outside the radius? You got to listen, bro. I got to end
I
it,
try to
bro.
stay in it. My truck was sitting for a whole week, and then I did get a load for $2.05, and then PQ canceled on me, and I was going from Jersey to Syracuse, New York, and then they
Did they give
canceled
you a
on me
tonneau
twice.
for the cancel?
They
I
gave me a
got.
toll. I
Did they
didn't
give you
even sign. I was so mad at them. I didn't even sign that toll.
Check it out. Hey, I appreciate y'all
you
for
get a
coming on.
tonneau?
Yeah,
I
man.
gotta get to the show, man. I gotta get to the
All
show,
right,
bro.
boss.
All right.
All right, James. See you later, man.
Later. Thank you, guys.
Yep. You know, I
Marky,
I gotta get to the show, guys. So, final mile. All right, my top 10 final mile logistics companies. All right, so, oh man, I gotta say a prayer for him tonight. All right. Oh, come on. Hey, Axel, I can't talk right now, bro. I got a show to do. All right, so top 10 final mile logistics companies. I hope everyone's having a good night. Had to take care of that, man. That was kind of a little bit of priority. But let's get to it. So I'm gonna be counting these companies down from 10 to 1. All right. Now at first I wasn't gonna do it with like things in mind. I was just gonna throw you 10 companies. But as I've been working on this, because I was actually supposed to do this show the other day, and for all you guys that follow me, you guys know what happened. And I had to postpone it. So since I postponed it, I had extra time to kind of work on this show. So I said, you know what, I'm going to rank them, right? So I wrote down all the 3PL and final mile logistics companies, and I've been going through them. I've ran for some of them I haven't ran, but I know how they operate. I know what they pay. I know the contracts they have. I know which ones are good. I know which ones are bad. I know which ones are a waste of time. I know which ones um, you're not gonna make money. You're gonna be doing more work than the money they pay, so on and so forth. So with this extra few days that I had for this live, I went on ahead and ranked them. I'm only doing 10. I saw somebody named Pilot. Pilot was in my list, but ultimately, I'm gonna give you a Pilot is my honorable mention. I took Pilot out because I wanted to add some 3PL companies that work with cargo vans, and some 3PL that work with smaller box trucks, smaller than 26 feet. So I had to sacrifice some companies, and ultimately, man, just look at it like the freshman class double XL magazine. You know, it was very controversial. So this list may be very controversial. And listen, I know Final Mile Logistics 3PL executives watch my channel. I'm not going to tell you how I know, but they knew this live was coming up. So I got a lot of emails, very nice emails. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So shout out to all the executives from the 3PL companies that watch my channel. If you didn't make the list, maybe you'll make it next time. If you're not happy about where you placed on the list, you got to do better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the companies in reverse order, and then we'll talk a little bit about the companies, kind of why I put them in that place. And then for those of you guys that are looking to get into the final mile industry or in the final mile industry, because I get a lot of DMs and emails about, man, Mark, I need a new company. This company ain't working out. Somebody emailed me about Select the other day, complaining about that, and they wanted me to give them a list of some other companies that they can apply with because they looking to transition out of Select. For those guys that are looking to transition, that hit me up. You guys might want to, take heed to this list as well. So let's get started. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the companies. We'll pull up the website for those who want to know how to onboard with these companies. We'll pull up the website. We'll take a look at some of the earning potential in their words, so it's just not me. If they have it listed on Indeed, and then we'll just go to the next one. We'll count down from there, and then I'll do a brief Q&A at the end. All right. So let's start with number 10. Number 10 is going to be Fidelitone. All right. So Fidelitone is going to be number 10. All right. The reason why I chose Fidelitone for number 10, they have some decent contracts. They got Pottery Barn, they got Tempur-Pedic, they got West Elm, they got Costco. A lot of people have Costco. All right. The reason why I put them at number 10 is because of the pay. All right. I don't like the pay. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the pay with Fidelitone. That Tempur-Pedic contract, they have that California King, and that thing is heavy as all outdoors. And I just feel like for that to be one of their larger contracts, I feel like they need to pay a lot more. All right. I feel like they need to pay a lot more. Let's take a look at Fidelitone real quick. I'm going to pull up the website. I'll show you guys how to onboard if they have it available. Some of these companies I ranked, man, like their website isn't user friendly, so they didn't get a high ranking because of that too. So let me pull this up real quick. Let me move this Fidelitone out the way. All right, so let's go to Fidelitone. All right, this is their website. We're gonna go to last mile. I'm gonna move. Let me move this out the way. All right, so last mile delivery with Fidelitone. All right, so this is their website, Fidelitone.com. All right, curbside delivery. Look, for all you guys that ask about one-man curbside final mile, this company has curbside final mile delivery. So for those guys that are looking for a one-man final mile opportunity, Fidelitone may have you covered depending on what region of the country you're in, if they have it available. They do threshold. They also do room of choice, white glove delivery. All right. So this is their website, Fidelitone.com. Let's take a look at Indeed. I'm gonna open up another window. Indeed. Let's see if they got something for Fidelitone on the final mile side. Furniture warehouse. Let's see, Fidelitone. Let's type in box truck. Let's type in, I thought I saw something earlier for Fidelitone. Maybe I didn't. No, I did see something for final mile for Fidelitone. Hold on, y'all. Let's see here. Let's go here. Let's go. Maybe I didn't see something for Fidelitone. Maybe I didn't. Let's see. Warehouse jobs, warehouse. All right. So I didn't see anything for Fidelitone. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. But let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. All right. Let's move on to the next one. All right. So Fidelitone, I got them at number 10 because they don't pay really, really well. They're offering up to $2,500 a week. And I just don't think that's enough money to deliver Tempur-Pedic mattresses. They got a California King that is treacherous. All right. I used to run Tempur-Pedic. All right. Not for $2,500 on a 5-day-a-week contract. All right. So Fidelitone comes in at number 10. All right. Number 10 for Fidelitone. All right. Number 9 is going to be Ford Final Mile. Ford Final Mile. All right. The reason why I got Ford Final Mile in at number 9 They have Home Depot. All right, that's their claim to fame, and you can make up to 5K. They're offering up to 5K, which is very good on a weekly basis. All right, so let's take a look at Ford Final Mile. Let me get that off the screen. Let's take a look at Ford Final Mile. All right, let's see here. Let me share my screen. Let's go to Ford. Let's get out of Fidelitone. Ford Air. All right, so Ford Final Mile. We're gonna go to. Hold on. Final Mile. All right, so here's Ford Final Mile. All right, so they do integrated Final Mile. They also have expedited. They got a bunch of stuff going on. Reason why they came in at number 10. Listen, I'm not a big fan of companies who websites aren't user friendly. All right, for contractors, I get a lot of. I know I say this all the time, but I'm being honest. You know, I get DMs and I get emails about companies not, having websites user friendly. Hey, Mark, how do I sign up with this company? I say, go to their website. They'll be like, I'm on their website. I can't figure it out. And then I'll go to the website and I'll see why they can't figure it out. Because they're not user friendly. Like, here's the Final Mile. There's nowhere where it's okay. Partner with the Final Mile excerpt. There's nowhere to sign up. All right. There's nowhere to sign up. So let's chat with Sonny and see what Sonny says. All right. And I went through this earlier to see where can I sign up for Final Mile contractor opportunities. Let's see what Sonny says. Visit this page to learn about driving for Ford Final Mile. All right. So they're going to take you to here, and I guess you got to contact the recruiter for Ford Final Mile, and then you're going to call that number. All right. So that's Ford Final Mile. They came in at 9. They're paying up to $5,000. I think I did see something on here for Ford Final Mile. Yep, here's something for Ford Final Mile. Let me take Chicago out. Maybe that's why that didn't come up for Fidelitone. All right, so non-CDL ISP appliance delivery. This is in Chicago market. They're paying up to $3,500 a week in this market. Let me see if they have some other stuff in some other markets. Ford Final Mile, Nashville, up to $5,000 a week. All right, in Nashville. All right, so up to $5,000 a week in Nashville. Eden Prairie, Minnesota, up to $4,500 a week. $3,900 a week in Memphis. $3,450 a week in Nashville. Little Rock, Arkansas, $35,000. Chattanooga, Tennessee, $4,000. Savannah, Georgia, $36,000. $39,000 in Little Rock, $27,000 in Jacksonville, Florida. Man, Florida, man, y'all just don't have no luck. Middle Mile, Final Mile don't pay that good. Iowa, $4,000. So Ford Final Mile has a lot of opportunities across the country. The website, you know what I'm saying, and it's hard to get in contact with them. They don't, like the callback. It's just they would be up. I wanted to put them higher on my list, but because of just their lack of communication and because their website is just not, it's not user friendly for a contractor. We don't have time to be looking all over the place for the link to sign up, because the time we're spending to find a link, and then you got to play the waiting game. For those of you that know what I'm talking about, it's like when you fill out the form, then it takes them forever to call you back. So that's why they came in at 9. But they do pay exceptionally well. Home Depot is their claim to fame. It is appliances, so it's going to be a lot of heavy lifting. So be prepared if you plan on onboarding with Ford Final Mile. All right, number 8. Number 8 is going to be Watco. Watco is going to be number 8. All right. The reason why I put Watco at number 8, Staples. They have a great relationship with Staples. Now, this is for you cargo van guys that are out there that are looking for opportunities for dedicated runs for your cargo van. Waco has the Staples account. They have a great relationship with Staples. All right. So what I want to do now is I want to show you their website. All right. Give you the link for those of you guys that are watching that have cargo vans that hit me up and say, hey, Mark, I need to do something with my cargo van. Or Mark, I just got my cargo van. What can I do? All right. So let me show you what you can do. All right. Let's show you. All right. Here's Waco. All right. Here's Waco. Watco is a logistics company. They also do other things as well. Now, here's where I want you to go sign up at. This is the website, watco.com. But what I want you to do is I always give you guys the sauce on how to look for opportunities for your cargo van and your box truck. Always go to good old Indeed. All right. Good old Indeed. All right. Watco, independent contractor, must own a cargo van. They're giving you $1,000 sign-on bonus. All right. Did I put a city or state in? No. So it's open. This is Bloomington, Illinois. Up to $60,000 a year. Now, remember, guys, this is for cargo van opportunities. You're not going to make as much as a box truck. You can supplement your income. And this is, up to $60,000. It could be more. Listen, once you get into these third-party logistics companies, you gotta make your mark when you get in there. All right. You got to make sure that you can get a route that pays well. You want to get a route that pays well and give you the potential to earn more. All right, but this is just a minimum. They're giving you $1,000 sign-on bonus at this location in Bloomington, Illinois. Here's a Columbia, Missouri. They're giving you a $1,500 sign-on bonus. So it looks like they need drivers. They're giving $1,000 and $1,500 incentives. Let's take a look. $1,500 incentive. Waco's looking for independent contractors with cargo van or box trucks. Guys. So Sprinter type vans a must. We do not provide vehicles. And there you have it. Let's see. Mount Vernon, Illinois, Wisconsin, Ohio. Where else is this? Evansville. All right. So, all right. Number 8 is Waco. Once again, their claim to fame is Staples. And you guys can sign up with them if you got a cargo van. I think you can sign up for them with a 16-foot box truck as well because they probably have palletized runs for Staples paper. Like I always say for you guys, when I was running Office Depot, like certain places, they ordered pallets of paper. I remember GM plant was on one of my trucks routes for Office Depot, and they will order 2-3 pallets of paper because you're talking about 1 million square foot facility with multiple offices throughout that 1 million square foot facility where they're building these cars, and they're Xeroxing and copying and printing a lot of stuff. So they would order pallets of paper. So I had 16-foot box trucks that would go to those facilities and just drop off pallets. So for you guys that hit me up about 16-foot box trucks, that's also a company that you might want to look into. All right, let's get to it. Number 7 is going to be NAL Group. NAL Group, number 7. Reason why I gave NAL Group number 7, IKEA. I wanted to put them up a little bit higher, but I can't put them up a little bit higher just based off IKEA and the ease of IKEA. IKEA is a very easy contract. I say it all the time. You can't, you got to be like do not get offended. You got to be a retard if you mess IKEA up. Anybody that shops at IKEA, everything is broken down into pieces. So when you're delivering for IKEA, same thing. You're delivering tables. You got the table top, and then the legs are separate. You can't really mess IKEA up. You shouldn't have any claims to property. You shouldn't have any claims to the product with IKEA. It's a very simple account. But when I had IKEA versus the company that has it now, which is NAL Group, which was once Installs, which I had Installs, but Installs got acquired by NAL. NAL got acquired by CRST. So now CRST has taken that company under their fold. And whenever these big conglomerate trucking companies that didn't run Final Mile years past, that have acquired these smaller private-owned Final Mile companies, you know what they do? They lower the rates. They don't budge. They don't negotiate. They become real sticklers. So I'm not a big fan of CRST because it's a trucking company. I'm more of a fan of the privatized small Final Mile 3PLs because you have a little bit more leverage to kind of negotiate. These guys aren't, really budging. They got 7 because of IKEA. Not a fan of CRST because it's trucking. Rates are a lot lower than when I was running IKEA, but it's still a good beginner contract if you're looking to get into Final Mile. You're looking to kind of learn how Final Mile is. You don't want to take on something advanced like appliances. Then this would be the contract for you. They also have Lowe's. Let me pull up their website real quick for you guys that are interested in NAL group. I'll share my screen real quick with you guys. All right, so the website is nalgroup.com. That's N as in Nancy, A as in Apple, L as in Larry, group, GROUP.com. And this is a Final Mile logistics company. Like I said, it was acquired by CRST. As you guys, you know what, y'all can't even see that. As you guys can see here, it was acquired by CRST. I think they have a button for you to onboard. Yep. See, join our provider network right here. You're going to click that, and then you're going to scroll down to join now. And then it has a generic portal. Remember I said I used to run for Installs and it got acquired by NAL. As you can see, the sign-up portal still says Installs Incorporated. I've been doing this for a very long time, guys. And, when I started, years and years ago, Final Mile, because e-commerce wasn't as big as it is now. So a lot of these big trucking companies weren't into Final Mile. They frowned upon it, But as Final Mile became larger, a lot of these smaller privatized Final Mile companies began to get acquired and then acquired again. Installs was acquired by NAL, and then NAL was ultimately acquired by CRST. Installs is a good company. I did a lot of contracts for them. We did Best Buy for them. We also did Sleep Number. Sleep Number is the Sleep Number mattresses. Great contract, pays exceptionally well. It's just, you got to build the bid. So this is NAL. I don't think they have anything on Indeed as far as their rates. So I want to move on to the next one. That was number 7, guys. That was number 7. Number 6 is going to be Cardinal Logistics. Cardinal Logistics. I had John from Cardinal Logistics on the show a couple weeks ago. Those of you guys that got a chance to see that show with John, kudos to you. The ones who didn't, unfortunately, a few people hit me up like, what happened to the Cardinal interview? What happened to the Cardinal interview? Cardinal requested that I take it down because there were some things that were said that didn't run through legal on their end that were said that they weren't supposed to say. So, those who watched it, y'all got some gems. Those who didn't, unfortunately, I took it down. Actually, John reached out to me today just to check on me to see how I was doing. I guess he probably saw I was talking about Final Mile companies tonight and ranking them. I got to respond to his email, John, if you're watching. I'll respond to your email tomorrow. Just was really, really busy today, but everything's going fine. Hope everything's going fine with you. But I got to rank Cardinal at number 6, all right? Cardinal's coming in at number 6. Contracts, Mattress Firm, Costco, Home Depot, just to name a few. Good pay. Why did Cardinal come in at number 6? Cardinal came in at number 6 for me is because they're not operating at a massive scale like some of these other third-party logistics companies are operating. I think they're in 14 states. They're looking to grow. Like he said when he came onto the show, it was probably about a month ago now, that they have salespeople out aggressively trying to acquire new contracts so that they can enter into new markets. So ultimately, that's why I gave Cardinal 6. Pay is good. We talked about pay on the show. They're paying up to $210,000 a year for a truck. So if you're one of those guys that can scale your final mile business, you're looking about 210,000 times 4 trucks. You're looking at about 840,000. You get that 5th truck in there, you're looking at a meal ticket. All right. So that's Cardinal Logistics. Once again, Mattress Firm, Costco, Home Depot, just to name a few. The pay, I like the pay. Number 6, because they're not in many markets. What I'm going to do is let's pull up their website for those of you that are interested in Cardinal Logistics. But actually, I can give you John's number. He said I can pass his number along and his email for anyone that wants it. And if you do, or you're interested in knowing about Cardinal Logistics or onboarding with them, you guys know how to reach me through my DM, or through my Facebook, or through Messenger on YouTube. All right, let me pull up Cardinal Logistics real quick. Cardinal Logistics. All right, let's pull this up. Share my screen with y'all real quick so y'all got an idea what I'm talking about. All right, this is Cardinal Logistics. And this is their website. Cardinal Logistics does everything, you know what I'm saying, all the way up to semi-trucks. They do semi-trucks and they do final mile now. Another big trucking company that has acquired some smaller privatized final mile companies. Like I said, these larger truck companies have pretty much acquired pretty much damn near all of the private final mile logistics companies. E-commerce is just really, 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 really big. And I don't always talk about it, but I know in January I was doing a lot of talking about early adoption. Now it's final mile is just corporate ran. So obviously the rates are a lot lower. When I started, it was the Wild Wild West. I call it the Wild Wild West. Like, I put a lot of pressure on those private companies, and they were just so scared of the retailers that they would pay the contractors whatever. These big trucking companies aren't scared of the retailers like that. They want to keep those contracts, but they got other stuff going on. They got intermodal. They got other stuff going on. They got drive-in. They got reefer. So they understand the earning potential of final mile, but they're not as pressed as those private final mile companies when I got started, when all they had was final mile. So this is Cardinal. They don't have a direct sign up for final mile, I don't believe. Let's take a look. Last mile. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. No. But let's go here. Where's my Indeed? There we go. Let's go here. Let's take a look here. And once again, I can give you guys the direct information for Cardinal Logistics for the national executive recruiter for Cardinal. I won't give it to you for like the guys that are under you. I'm gonna give you the big dog. And you could tell them Mark sent you. All right. So here's Cardinal. Here is proof that they're paying up to $210,000 a year for independent contractor for last mile home delivery. Like I said, the reason I put them at number 6, they're not in. If they were in a lot more markets, they would have been higher up my list. And another reason why they're at 6, because John, I appreciate companies that reach out to the channel that say, Mark, we like what you're doing, anything we can do to help, what I'm saying? Any way we can make the process easier for your subscribers if they're looking to onboard, they're willing. Like, if you guys say you want to onboard, I have direct connections with a lot of these companies where I can pull you out the queue and get your requisition and get you to the front of the line. So this is one of those companies. So I appreciate Cardinal for coming on the show and giving me that direct line of communication with the execs, working with the channel, constantly reaching out to me. And when I do forward people to them, they take care of them. So that's why Cardinal comes in at number 6. As you can see, $210,000 a year. Here's some of the requirements. Some of these contracts that Cardinal have are 5 days. Some of them are 6 days. Some of them are 7 days. I know Mattress Firm is a 7-day a week contract. All right. So that's number 6, Cardinal Logistics. All right. Number 5. Now, some people may get mad at this one, but I'm going to tell you why they came in at number 5 for me. Remember, you know what I'm saying? This is a controversial list. You know, it is what it is. Number 5 is going to be Select Express. Select Express is going to be number 5, which is no longer called Select Express. Another private company that was recently acquired by AIT Worldwide, acquired Select Express a little while ago. I'm still calling them Select Express because I got a good relationship with Mike Cohen, which is one of the big dogs over there, Luis Escobar. So, you know, Select Express is a company that I've been, I got with Select Express in 2014. Now, here's why they came in at number 5. All right. Pay is okay. It's okay. It's not the best. But for you guys to have cargo vans and you guys to have 16-foot box trucks, this is one of the only options you guys have left, especially not for cargo vans, but for 16-foot box trucks. This is one of the only opportunities or third-party logistics companies that you have left that are willing to really work with 16-foot box trucks, that have a plethora of accounts for 16-foot box trucks, from Bye Bye Baby to Costco Market to Container Store to Crate and Barrel, Bye Bye Baby, Dick's Sporting Goods. They have a Peloton dedicated route. It pays about $600 a day delivering Pelotons. You can do that in a cargo van. They also have Bob's Furniture. It ranges between $650 to $750, depending on the market. One of my subscribers hit me in the DM the other day. He's in the Ohio market. He's getting a dedicated pay of $700 a day. He's doing about 15 stops. He wants to transition out of that. He's one of those guys that hit me up and asked me about some other opportunities. So he's doing 15 stops, he said, $700 a day dedicated. This was a guy that came into the box truck industry within the last 12 months. In the first 6 months, he did over the road. He wanted to come off the road. He went in the final mile. He's not shying away from the work, but he just wants to make a little bit more money. So that's why I got Select Express in at number 5, because they have a lot of opportunities for cargo van, 16-foot box trucks, and 26-foot box trucks. Pay is okay. All right, you're going to have to finagle and finesse that pay, but they have a lot of opportunity. Let's take a look at their website for those of you guys that are interested in Select Express. All right, so once again, they were acquired by AIT Worldwide Logistics. As you can see here, it says AIT Worldwide, another big company. AIT Worldwide, they're a global company. They're a global company. All right. These guys got stuff overseas here. They're a big company. As you can see, AIT acquired Select Express, a New York-based final mile 3PL, November 2021. All right. So shout out to Luis Escobar. Shout out to Mike Cohen. Good guys over there at Select Express. All right. So let's look to see what services for final mile. Hold on, let's go back. Let me go back. Final mile customer portal. Oh, that's the customer portal. Hold on. Let me see where you guys can sign up. White glove delivery, assembly and installation. Connect with us. Schedule fast. Access to final mile customer portal. It was somewhere I saw you could sign up earlier when I was looking at this. Just give me a second, guys. Bear with me here. Solutions, services, ground third-party logistics, white glove options, reverse logistics, contact us. All right. Oh God. Let's try this. Select EXP. Find out customer portal, threshold, room of choice. Man, I seen the link earlier. Hold on. Hold on. Foolish and specialized. All right, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I saw the link earlier. But if you guys want to sign up with Select Express, the website is aitworldwide.com. The old website was Select EXP, which sends you to AIT Worldwide. I knew my way around the old website. I don't really know my way around the new website since AIT has acquired them, but I did see a job listing earlier when I was preparing this show, but for some reason I don't see it anymore. So I don't know. All right, but I got them in at number 5. Once again, for you guys that got 16-foot box trucks, this is a great opportunity. Cargo vans, another great opportunity. If you need help on boarding with these guys, I'm going to take some time tomorrow and see if I can find that link, and I will send it to anyone who would like to onboard with Select Express and at least fill out, because their website, they actually have a list of the locations and then the actual oh, here it is, final mile contractors. All right, here we go. I'm gonna share my screen again. So let me show you how I got to this. All right, so it's on this page. I scrolled all the way down to final mile contractors. All right, and then here you go. Here's the list, and it's a lot of opportunities. Select Express has they got a lot of accounts. They don't pay that great. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, but I'm just scrolling just to show you how much opportunity they have. Their turnover rate is high too because they don't pay that great. But if there's ways you can finagle, like I said, they're paying $650 to $750 for bobs. I know the Ohio market is paying $700 a day dedicated with up to 15 stops. So this is all the opportunities you'll be doing. I named some of those accounts. Also, Select Express, before they were acquired by AIT Worldwide, they had acquired Go Configure. Go Configure was a company that did a lot of fitness equipment. They did a lot of outside patio. They did a lot of outside sporting good assembly, like in-ground basketball goal setups where you got to pour the concrete and stuff. So Select Express had acquired them prior to them getting acquired by AIT Worldwide. So they have those contracts as well. Those pay a little bit more. So if you're, mechanically inclined, if you know how to pour concrete, you know how to dig posts to put the pole down there, you can make a lot more money doing that as well with Select Express. So that was number 5. All right, number 4. Number 4, guys. Number four is going to be UST. All right, UST is going to be number 4. Why did I put UST at number 4? 1, pay is good. Pay is really good. 2, I have a relationship with UST, a great relationship with UST. When people go on board at UST and get false information, I hit the person that's right next to the president to get the correct information and yank them out of the system to get them going. All right. So I got a good relationship with UST. That's why they're number 4. They pay really, really good. And I'll show you why. That's another thing. Also, you have an option. For you guys that don't have a box truck, they have a program where they'll provide you a box truck as long as you have everything else. Now, if they provide you a box truck, right, they're not charging you for the box truck, but what they do is they take a little bit from your earning potential. So let's say you're running on an 800 a day dedicated route. If you have your own box truck, if you use one of their box trucks that they've acquired from a rental facility, they'll pay you like $725. It's a little bit less, all right? They're not charging you for the box truck. They're just paying you a little bit less to cover the cost, the expense of them renting that box truck. All right, so if you're looking to get into final mile, they have an option for you at UST that if you don't have a box truck, you have your authority, you have everything else, you can utilize one of their box trucks as long as you have a team and you can get to work. This is another big reason why I put them in at number 4, because this is a program that I've only seen them and one other company do. All right. And they were really doing it during the pandemic where trucks were really, really scarce. They used their leverage with the rental truck companies. They rented a lot of trucks across the country, which is another reason a lot of people weren't able to rent trucks. If UST said, you know what, they call Penske corporate, or they call Ryder corporate, or they call Enterprise corporate and say, look, we need a bunch of trucks all over the country. They'll tell you, no, they don't have a truck, to give it to them first, because this is a billion-dollar company and we trust them more with our truck than we trust you. Because guess what? If they give it to an independent contractor and they screw it up, ultimately we're going to go after the billion-dollar company and they're going to pay us our money, whereas you don't, because you don't have the money to pay. So this is why they came in at number 4. One of their big contracts is Lowe's. All right, and this is Lowe's for appliances, so it's heavy lifting, very advanced contract. I talk a lot about, appliances and furniture. So this is one of those contracts that's very advanced, and you got to really know what you're doing when you get involved in a contract like appliances. Let's take a look at their website. Now, another reason they came at number 4. See this website? This is a website for Final Mile. This is an easy website. As soon as you go to the website, you see partner with us right here. You don't have to go digging for nothing. You don't have to go looking for nothing. It's right there in front of your face. It's not difficult. I don't understand why these companies, they all need people to come work for them. They're all short. Retention is bad. They're all looking for people to the point where they're willing to give sign-on bonuses, but they make it very, very difficult for you to find the link to sign up with them. And then they don't call you back. All right. As soon as you go to their website, boom, you see right here, partner with us. Main screen, partner with us. I thought you guys saw it. I had to scroll it up a little bit. Partner with us right there. Click the link. Boom. We don't have to go look at no other parts of their website, because as soon as you hit the website, it's right there for you. Independent contractors needed. Scroll down. All right. They give you the requirements. All right. Brief requirements. Contract with us. All right. Boom. Let me move this up because y'all having a hard time. I got to probably switch this to my other monitor. Hit next. And then you just go through the onboarding process where you choose your location and so on and so forth. I'm not going to go through it. All right. So that's that. Let me see if they have anything on Indeed while we're at it. Let's take a look. UST Logistical Systems. All right, that's what it's called if you guys want to look it up on Indeed, UST Logistical Systems. All right, Final Mile Delivery driver contractor, $3,300 a week. Hey, guys, hit that like button too, guys. Hit that like button for me so this can get out into the algorithm so other people that need this information can get it. All right, Final Mile Logistics, UST Logistical Systems, Final Mile Delivery driver contractor. All right, so different markets going to pay different rates. Kinston, North Carolina, looks like they're paying up to $3,300. $250,000 in Asheville, North Carolina, a little over, about $10,000 over $250,000 in Asheville, North Carolina, or up to, I should say. And I guess that's all going to depend on the contract and how many days a week you're willing to run, or how many days a week the contract they assign you to is running. Another $250,000 contract in New York. $5,000 a week, Texas, right, which averages about to $250,000 a year. All right, Chicago, $3,300 a week. What else? Pittsburgh, $250,000 a year. South Carolina, $250,000 a year. And this is for one truck, guys. This is one truck. So 4 trucks will get you to that meal ticket. A lot of y'all want to hit that M. It's just something about that M to just get people excited and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you can build 4 trucks. successfully with this company, you'll touch gross, not net, gross, M. All right. So like I said, UST plays exceptionally well. They have a program where, if you don't have a truck, they'll provide you a truck for free, but it's really not for free because you'll just be making a little bit less than if you were onboarding with your own truck. And you can see now another reason why I put them where I put them is because they're all over the country, as you guys can see. They're in the West Coast, they're in the Midwest, they're in the East Coast, they're in the Southeast. They got South Carolina. You see Arizona there. They just got a lot of opportunities. Kentucky, Florida, they're all over the country. Waco, Texas, Cleveland, Ohio. All right, Kentucky. So you guys that hit me up about companies and, hey, Mark, I got to get out of this company. Give me some other companies I can sign up with. Here's a company. Sign up with them. If they're not getting back, don't hit me up as soon as you sign up with them either. Give it a few days. Give it a week. If you don't hear anything back in a week, then hit me up. Send me a screenshot of you hitting them up. And then I will reach out to the people. Now, let me give you some more sauce for UST real quick. Hold on. Let me hit my contact real quick for UST. They have an app. That, hold on, y'all. I'm going to tell you the name of the app. Here it is right here. They have an app that you can download. It's in the App Store that you can also onboard with too. That you're gonna have to go through anyway, because they have their own you know how like SCI and God damn, I can't even think of it. I did a video on the company too. I've had gotten paid on accounts through this company too. Certain accounts you got to onboard through certain apps like SCI and so on and so forth. Instead of UST outsourcing, they built their own app that's gonna, do your background check, that's gonna do the insurance and go through the whole onboarding process for you. And then you have to make the payment in the app. I'm finna tell y'all the app now. Give me 1 second, guys. I know I'm getting a lot of information and I'm kind of pulling this, but I just want to give y'all this app right now while it's on my mind, and maybe this would kind of help, you guys that are looking to onboard. All right, so here's the app. What's the name of the app? What's the name of the app? Oh, here it is. Safari. All right, so the name of the app is Pipeline. Let me see. Pipeline. Oh. See, the damn light is glaring on the camera. All right, Pipeline. This is the app that you have to go sign up with for UST. It's their own app, and this is where you go through the onboarding process. You're going to have to pay for your background, so you will get to a part on there where it's going to ask you to put your credit card or something in. If you want to onboard with this company, that's what you got to do. So it's a small price to pay for $250,000 a year, as long as you don't damage nothing, you don't have a shit ton of claims. All right. So I showed you their website, real clean website, straight to the point. I showed you the earning potential in their words. Plenty of opportunities all across the country. And I wasn't even done scrolling. Like, I can keep scrolling. They have opportunities, even West Virginia, obviously in West Virginia is not paying as much as it is in other markets, because West Virginia is probably not a big market. They probably don't move a lot of freight. But they got plenty of opportunities, guys. So UST came in at number 4. All right, let's get to it. Top 3. Number three gonna be JB Hunt. JB Hunt Final Mile. Like I said earlier, another big trucking company that acquired a bunch of private-owned final mile logistics companies during the rise of e-commerce. All right. JB Hunt, big trucking company. So prior to them acquiring Final Mile logistics companies, they already had relationships with a lot of retailers and a lot of companies anyway. So it was easy for them to say, hey, we're adding the Final Mile division. You should give us that contract too. And within the snap of a finger, they had it. That's why they have a lot of contracts from Lowe's to Best Buy to Home Depot to Peloton. The list goes on for JB Hunt. All right. Pay is good. All right. Actually, the pay for JB Hunt, because I've been following them for at least a year on the Final Mile, it's gotten better. Inflation probably has something to do with it. Um, uh, uh, Making it more appealing to onboard more contractors, bring more contractors to the fold, probably has something to do with it. JB Hunt is one of those companies where you're going to always have work. You know, with Final Mile, you're going to always have work. All right. And then if you get with the bigger companies, you're going to really, really always have work. There's not going to be a shortage of work. So with Lowe's, Best Buy, Home Depot, Peloton, all the retailers, and then they also have the web stores. Like a lot of these companies that you'll go, let's say, into Home Depot or Best Buy or Home Depot, Best Buy, Lowe's, and let's say buy like a Samsung refrigerator, you can also go to Samsung.com and buy that refrigerator directly from Samsung.com. And they have the web accounts from straight from the manufacturer. All right. You know, a lot of people don't go to the store and open the refrigerator and look in it. They'll just buy the refrigerator blind straight off the website. So they dealing with LG.com. They dealing with Samsung.com, Whirlpool.com. They dealing with all the manufacturers direct. And JB Hunt has those contracts as well because guess what? They're doing all the intermodal and dry van and bulk for these companies anyway. All right, so let's take a look at, let's take a look at JB Hunt Final Mile website, and then I'm gonna pull them up on Indeed as well. All right, so let me share my screen here. All right, just so you guys can see it. All right, so JB Hunt Final Mile, as you can see, they go to Final Mile now. Home delivery, job site delivery. They do it all. I don't think they have anything with one man Final Mile, like I pointed out to you guys earlier with that other company. As I find out more companies that do one man Final Mile, I'll let you know. There is a company that I didn't include in my list that does one man Final Mile. I'll let you guys know that a little bit later. Let's go over to Indeed and let's take a look at JB Hunt. Let's take a look at JB Hunt. Let me type in box truck. Let me see what comes up. All right, so independent contractor, white glove, JB Hunt, $800 a day in this market, and that's in New Hampshire. New Hampshire. All right, so $800 a day, which is pretty good. So anybody that's interested in JB Hunt Final Mile delivery, as you can see, they're offering about $800 a day, which is really good. This is good. Here are the contact information to start the onboarding process for recruitment. 1201-713-6813 or 479-318-9251. All right, you need a 26-foot box truck for this guy. So it's not for cargo van. This is big boy stuff right here. This is big boy stuff right here. So a lot of appliances. They also have, I think I said Peloton, Home Depot, Best Buy, Lowe's. They got a lot of contracts, all right? A lot of contracts. So that's JB Hunt. That's why they come in at number 3, all right? Let's get to it. Number two is going to be T-Force. T-Force is going to be number 2, all right? T-Force has accounts like Google, all right? Google is one of their big accounts. Home Depot is one of their big accounts. Home Depot contracts with everybody throughout the region. They don't put all their eggs in one basket for many, 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 many reasons. Because I know you guys have heard me say Home Depot for a few of these companies. Office Depot, one of the companies that got me a big old bag of money early in my day with T-Force, Shop Runner, Zara, StockX for guys that are looking to get into the logistics industry with their personal vehicle, their car. Um, whether it's a minivan, it'd be all the way down to a Honda Civic. They have contracts with Zara, StockX, and other retailers that you can deliver in your car for guaranteed rates. In some markets, I'm hearing a $225 guaranteed. It is a guarantee for those car runs to deliver retail items. Sometimes you're gonna have it sweet. Sometimes you might only have 1 or 2 stops. You still get the guarantee of 225. Doesn't require a cargo van. Doesn't require a box truck. All right. Office Depot. Talk about it all the time. Very familiar with that. Ran 9 trucks for T-Force just for Office Depot outside of what I was running for them for IKEA. Pays really, really good. Pays per piece, depending on the market. Depends on how they're going to pay you per piece. Some markets are paying up to $2.25 per piece. All right, so you get 150, 200 pieces on your truck, which is feasible because my routes when we were doing it, I had some routes that had 50, 60 stops, 200 some pieces. So it can be done. All right, now when you get up there on the higher end of the piece count, not everybody can do that many pieces, but it can be done. All right, it's not that hard. All right, but that's where you're gonna make the money at. Also, T-Force has a medical division as well, and they've always had a medical division since I was introduced to T-Force many, many moons ago. So T-Force Medical, that's another opportunity for you to operate in your car or cargo van. Pay is good. And another reason they got number 2, they've been in this industry as far as final mile since the very beginning, and they are all over the country. They're all over the country. They're one of the big boys. I've had my ups and I've had my downs with T-Force, but I can never take nothing away from T-Force because a lot of the reason that I am who I am today is because of T-Force. I had no knowledge of final mile. I was a moving guy. I had a moving company, and T-Force called one day and said, "Yo, we're having a hard time with this IKEA contract. You know, this e-commerce stuff is kicking our butt. You know, we got this IKEA contract because prior to Big and Bulky, right? Before like all the big department stores, when they started transitioning out of running their own delivery trucks and outsourcing them to third-party companies, a lot of you guys that are, you know, maybe late millennials or, you know, Generation Z probably don't know, but once upon a time, you know, big box retailers delivered their own furniture. You know, for those of you guys that remember Venture and Zare and Ames and things like that, Montgomery Ward had its own fleet of trucks. Sears had its own fleet of trucks. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling my age now, but those that know, and those that don't, you're just too young to know. So when these companies started transitioning out of running their own fleet to save money and outsourcing that to third-party logistics companies, these third-party logistics companies were just used to delivering parcel stuff. Most of them were just messenger services back then, delivering letters, delivering small parcel packages. So once these companies started taking on these big and bulky contracts, the contractors they had just weren't used to, you know, maneuvering big and bulky furniture. So there was a lot of claims and contracts, and when they called me, there was like, you know, we had a big meeting and we decided maybe we should start contracting with moving companies because, you know, moving companies know how to maneuver big furniture and we don't want to lose this contract. So the leverage that I had was they reached out to me. I didn't know what a final mile logistics company was. They called me in. I named my price. They said, okay. And I was making a shit ton of money for doing really no work because some of those days my trucks would only have 1 stop, but they still were paying me my $500-600 guarantee. And we're talking about 2012 and 2013. And you got guys running Bob's right now for $650 doing 15 stops delivering furniture. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a different ball game now. So that's why T-Force gets number 2. They've been in the game for a long time, and they're still one of the only companies that haven't been acquired by a big trucking company, and they still manage to to hang in there. And they're all over they did get acquired. Actually, let me take that back. It was Dynamics when I got with them. They got acquired by T-Force, which was out of Canada, but it's still private. It's not a big JB Hunt or CRST. So they got acquired by another privatized company. Dynamics got acquired by T-Force. So when I was running for them, they were called Dynamics. T-Force acquired them, which is a larger, well, they ain't even larger. I wouldn't consider them large. It was just another private company acquired them, and now they're T-Force. They're all over the country. They got plenty of opportunities. What I'm going to do right now, let's take a look at their website. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you the medical one too. We'll see if they got something on Indeed as well. I didn't really look for Indeed, but so this is T-Force. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. Their website, like, they don't monitor their website. Like, I don't even know why they even have a website if they're not going to keep up with their website. You can try to onboard, but like as you can see here, let me see where you can onboard. Like the last time I looked at, the onboarding, it's like it was all right. So opportunities. Like, it was just dated, man. Like, let's see, vehicle type. Let's put in 16-foot box truck for you 16-foot box truck guys. All right. See what I'm saying? 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Let's sort by no, not ID. Yeah, they don't have job posting, ascending. All right, 2 years ago, descending. All right, posted date ascending 3 years ago, posted date descending 2 years ago. They haven't did any job posts in 2 years on their site, but they do post on Indeed. See, they haven't done anything. Let's take a look at Indeed. Indeed, and let's see if they see anything for T-Force. Now, what I recommend for T-Force, to be honest with you, I recommend just going there. T-Force is all over the place. They're in every market. Drive to T-Force. You can apply there. Make sure you bring your articles of incorporation. Make sure you bring your SS4 form. For those that don't know what an SS4 form is, it's your EIN. That's what you get when you go to irs.gov to get your EIN. That piece of paper they tell you to print is called an SS4 form. Make sure you bring that. And any other credentials you need to bring, your authority, all that stuff, so that you can sign up there and make the process a little bit quicker. All right, so T-Force Logistics, owner, operator. They got some options here. I don't think this is for, this is a cargo and sprinter van, $100,000 a year. All right, Office Depot, $100,000 a year with your cargo van sprinter, the 14, 16-foot box truck. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all with these cargo vans, I be telling y'all what to go do, but y'all don't listen to the boy. Y'all got to listen. $100,000 for Office Depot, cargo sprinter van. Small trucks. They're not even asking for a 26-footer, and they're telling you $100. It's right there, $100,000. That's in Portland. T-Force Medical. All right, so here's a T-Force Medical, because they also have T-Force Medical. Here's another contract. Now, this is pretty much a one-man contract. T-Force Medical. The only way you're going to need 2 men for T-Force Medical is if you're delivering a hospital bed. We used to get those hospital beds. Shout out to Rosalind. She's not at T-Force anymore, or Dynamics, but she took care of us with the medical side of the you dig, and I was able to get that bread and name my price on those hospital beds, because then nobody want to touch them because they got those big motors on the bottom of it. But T-Force Medical, here's another T-Force, $108,000. Let's see what this is for, what it calls for. This one don't have a scope as far. Cargo vans, cargo sprinter vans. So basically, cargo sprinter vans is going to be Granger, more than likely Office Depot. All right. What else? Here's one in California, $108,000. This is one man work, guys. $100. One man work, Monday through Friday. Sprinter vans, cargo vans. Sprinter vans, cargo vans, another medical. All right, so that's T-Force. That's why they come in at number 2. All right. So anything from your personal vehicle, right, doing StockX delivering sneakers, Zara, American Eagle, Outfitters, all that stuff that you could do, T-Force Medical, and your personal vehicles, scaling up. And those are in most markets a guarantee of about $225 a day in your personal vehicle. All right, scaling up, cargo van, $100,000, over $100,000. You're doing your Granger, you're doing your Office Depot. Office Depot, great opportunity. You get a route, you get the piece count, you're making 400, 425 a day. If you can get those stops done, 1, 2 o'clock, I know it can be done. If you're at loadout at 5:30 a.m., you load your van and you get on the ball, you get going, you can be done by 2. And you have the rest of the day to run gig apps if you want. If you got a 16-foot box truck, even better, because now you got more room to move around when you're loading your truck with Office Depot, and you ain't got to really pack it so tight you can't really turn around and all that stuff. So even better if you got a 16-foot box truck, up to the 26-foot box truck, which is Home Depot and some other accounts. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Home Depot for them can be done with one man. In some markets, one man are running these accounts. You may get some stuff occasionally that may require 2 men, but the Home Depot account that they have is in appliances like some of the other third-party logistics companies I talked about earlier in the stream that just focus directly on appliances. Home Depot delivers everything in the store now. So it could be toilets, it could be a door, it could be a doorknob, things as small as a doorknob up to a toilet, up to some 2x4s, whatever you can buy on Home Depot in the store or online. They now offer delivery. They have their own fleet of branded vehicles, but they are also outsourcing a lot of those deliveries as well through T-Force as well. And they have some other 26-foot box truck contracts, and they also have some other one-man curbside and dock-to-dock, one-man final mile contracts as well. So I strongly suggest you guys that ask me all the time about one-man opportunities, go check out T-Force, and then as well for all the other stuff that I mentioned as well. All right, number 1. I think y'all already know what number 1 is. I mean, if you've been following the channel, I don't really mess with them like that, but I'm a fair guy, so I can't, and I really took time to put this list together. The number 1 is going to be RXO. RXO is going to be number 1. RXO, third largest trucking company in the country. All right, you got UPS, you got FedEx, you got XPO. All right, so XPO, RXO, same thing. In the end of last year, XPO split their company into a few different segments. They got GXO, right? And they got RXO. RXO focuses now on the final mile, expediting. They also created a digital load board. To me, they just really rebranded. All right, they really rebranded, and I think they wanted rebranding and a way to separate the companies, make another company make more money, whatever. I did a video about RXO when they did it. I also told people what was going to happen, and nobody listened to me. I always tell people, listen, if you're running for a company and it's a public traded company, buy shares in the company that you operate in. I see all these guys that talk about all these companies, Amazon, and I don't never hear nobody talk about they own a piece of the company. All right. I own a piece of everything. All right. So when XPO created RXO, for every share that I own in XPO, they gave me a share of RXO at $19 a share, free money. And I told people to go do it, but they didn't do it. So I'm always keep it funny. I'm always give you the best information on the channel. All you gotta do is listen. So RXO, big company, third largest trucking company because of XPO in the country. So that means they have every account. You name something, they got it. I don't care what you name, they got it. I don't care. Samsung, LG, Best Buy, Lowe's, Home Depot, Best Buy, whatever you name, they have it. and I'm serious. IKEA, they have it. It's the third largest trucking company in the country. All right. Now, with being the third largest trucking company in the country, they're the number one largest trucking company in the country when it comes to big and bulky delivery. Why? Because number one doesn't do big and bulky delivery. You can't, UPS ain't delivering a couch to your doorstep. FedEx ain't delivering a couch to your doorstep. All right. So the third largest company does that. So that puts them number one for all these companies. All right. Just off that alone. All right. Pay, okay, to great. Depends on what you're running. Depends on the market you're running. Depends on who's the branch manager. Depends on the flexibility, so on and so forth. Onboarding can be tough. Insurance requirements can be tough. They ask for additional insurance. They're turning a lot of people's insurance away and pushing you to the insurance company that they've acquired. They want you to use their insurance company so they can get paid from you. All right. And they're doing that by turning down other insurance companies, slide insurance companies they don't accept anymore. Plenty of work. Listen, like JB Hunt, like T-Force, listen, with RXO, you're never going to not have no work. You're never not going to have no work. You're never not going to have no work with RXO. They got every account, all right? Every account. Your truck is going to be loaded every single day. Your truck is never not going to be loaded from front to back, top to bottom. Every day your truck going to be loaded. All right? So you can't, RXO ain't one of them companies where you can say ain't no work or ain't enough work. It's always going to be work with RXO. All right, so let's take a look. I profiled this company about 3-4 months ago. Let's take a look at it. I know I got subscribers that are running with RXO that are really, happy with RXO, so let's take a look. All right, so RXO is the website, rxo.com, really, really simple. So, they do everything. Less than truckload, LTL, managed transportation, last mile. They do expediting. Me and Axel were talking about they're expediting their cargo van, expediting earlier. He's not too fond of it, freight forwarded, but we focusing on last mile because that's what we do. All right, so last mile. All right, so here you go. Last mile. And then you're gonna have the link to get started, which I just passed, to go ahead and sign up. But I want to show you. I know they got their insurance required, so you can get started to sign up. But let's take a look at learn more. Benefits for RXO motor carrier contractor requirements. Let's view their insurance requirements. All right, so here are their insurance requirements. This is a big thing, I always get with RXO because a lot of people run the RXO and they have a hard time with onboarding and So let's go through it. They want $1 million in general liability. Now, back when I was with RXO, they wanted an umbrella. That's why I transitioned away from RXO. They wanted $1 million, plus they wanted me to add $3 million. And I was already with them because I was with Urban Express running IKEA, and then Urban Express got acquired by XPO, and then we folded under that umbrella. And after they got acquired, after running for so many months, they said, hey, you need to get a $3 million umbrella. We adding it, and I just wasn't finna pay all that money. It just wasn't worth it. All right, but they took that out the fold. So $1 million in general liability now, $1 million in commercial auto. You need workers' comp, all right, with XPO. They ain't going. You gotta have it. All right, so here's the workers' comp. All right, as you can see right here, you got your cargo right here at 100,000. Here is your additionally insured. In this box right here, all your additionally insured is going to be right here where it says description of operations. Right through here, this whole box is going to be additionally insured, which you're going to have your broker add to the policy. The certificate holder right here. Now let's look at the additional remarks because they have some more additional insured. All right, workers' comp coverage must extend to all employees of the contract carrier where statutorily required. Occupational accident includes $250,000 accidental death and dismemberment benefit. All right, so if you die, they don't want to be held responsible. They want to indemnify themselves from any and all liability. All right, I've never dealt with another third part, final mile logistics company that put this into their additionally insured verbiage. All right, so even if you die, they don't want to be sued. They don't got nothing to do with it. $250,000 accidental death and dismember. If you doing the delivery and you chop off your leg, they got it in there. Once again, I've never had another logistics company have me add this to the policy. Weekly total disability benefit, permanent total disability benefit, $500 per week for no shorter than 104 weeks. Contingent liability is in favor of XPO. Listen, it's funny to me because I've dealt with them for a long time, you know what I'm saying? And, it just is what it is. So this is what you got to deal with when you sign up with RXO. If you really want to get with them, they got the work. The work is there. And that's all I can say about them. I had to give them number one because can't nobody mess with them. Can't nobody mess with them. They're number one. Shout out to Pilot. I had Pilot in there. I had to take Pilot out. Some other honorable mentions were Siva. I took Siva out because Siva just isn't. It's just not. They're everywhere, but they just don't pay good. What else did I take out? I took out Diacon. I took out US Pack. Another honorable mention, US Pack. US Pack. You can run from your car all the way up to a 26-foot box truck. I took out Capstone. Capstone is good for cargo vans. They have Staples. I took out Pilot. Listen, I really didn't want to take out Pilot. Pilot pays really, really good, especially with Best Buy. You can make, I got subs that's running Pilot that's making $900 to $1,000 a day delivering appliances for Best Buy. Pilot is really, really good. If anything got an honorable mention, it's Pilot. Maybe when I do this again, Pilot will probably make the fold. But I did want to mix it up. I didn't want to have a lot of good stuff and then I wanted to throw some bad stuff in there so you guys know kind of where to steer clear from. What else did I take out? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, so Pilot, honorable mention, Capstone, honorable mention, Diacon, I didn't put it, I took it out, no honorable mention. US Pack, honorable mention. And that's my list. That's my list. That's my top 10. I guess I'll do a quick little Q&A now. I'm glad everybody stayed around and I know the show kind of got off to an educational start. But I'm glad y'all stuck around, stuck through that to this top 10. Shout out to all the third-party logistics companies that's watching. Shout out to all the execs that's watching. Shout out to everybody that's in the building tonight. All right. Motel Entertainment says fire stream as always. Appreciate that. 3-3. Appreciate that. Hey, 3-3. I saw you post something earlier when I was got to UST that you applied, and how did it go? You need any help from me? Do you need me to reach out to anybody? Let me know how it went. Email me and let me know. Or did you email me? I think you emailed me about some company. I don't know if it was UST, but let me know how it went. Let me know if you need anything. Why did I take Pilot out? I took Pilot out because I needed a good honorable mention, and I took Pilot out because I needed to add 2 or 3 companies that I wanted people to steer clear from. And Pilot just came in, and I needed to add some companies that that I could, tell people with 16-foot box trucks and cargo vans could go to. It's a lot of third-party logistics companies, and 10 slots is 10 slots. So, I worked on this, I swear to God, on my grandmother's grave. I worked on this to the very last minute, 7:57, 7:58. All right. And I had to take something out. I had pilot in, I had US pack in, but man, I needed to put in Fidelitone, and I needed to put in Ford Final Mount. I actually took Diacon out and replaced it with Ford Final Mount. I took US pack out and replaced it with Fidelitone. There's other reasons that I replaced those that I'm not really going to get into, but Pilot, it's it's around, but it's not as around as your T Forces. It's not as around as your UST. It's not as big as far as footprint as Select. It's not as big as footprint as RXO, and it just had to make that sacrifice. Like I said, look at it like the freshman class on the Double XL magazine. Very controversial. This list is very controversial. I know some people going to look. I know I saw somebody said, man, Pilot better be on there. But, and then I wanted to make it very controversial, too, because I wanted to get people to talking. I got a lot of execs for these companies that watch my channel. So, I just wanted to create some type of, engagement. Man, I'm trying to, be educational, and I try to be have some form of entertainment for the space, too. And for the community. That's why I'm working vigorously and vehemently to build up this whole cargo van box truck community. That's why we're doing the Three Wise Men. The Three Wise Men is a show that I created. I reached out to Kirk and Axel and said, man, I got this idea, and I told him my idea, and we rolled with it. I'm really trying to bring really good content, educational and entertainment, why to this community, because it don't exist. It don't exist. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people gave up on y'all. I'm still here. So I'm steady investing. And I just wanted to be controversial. I wanted to be controversial. I didn't want it to be boring. I wanted somebody to ask, why'd you take Pilot out? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So, it is what it is, man. We'll see who makes the list the next time around. I'll reach out through email. Pay was lower than my expectation. Yeah, reach out through email because somebody else went to a meeting with UST and they said, man, the person they met on the dock didn't know nothing. And the rate that they gave them was a lot lower than what the rate was. And as you can see, when I show UST pays exceptionally well. So reach out to me and I'll, reach out to my contact, and then we'll see if we can see what we can do. Just got in, but good news, T-Force just hit me up. T-Force just hit you up. Why is it not? T-Force just hit you up. Shout out to the super chat. Shout out to the super chat. Do good. Shout out for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much for this stream, brother. This is epic. What would you recommend as a good mileage and year for a used box truck for starters? My rule of thumb has always been around 250,000 miles. Those trucks can go up to a million miles. But in my buying days, 250,000 miles at or around that was always my threshold when I was building my fleet many, many moons ago. Take a mechanic with you. Spend the day there. If you go to a truck dealer, don't just look at one truck. Look at all of them. Test drive them all. When you go there within your mind that you're going to spend the day there. Be there when they open. You should be there after they close. That's what I used to do when I used to go buy trucks. We would test drive them all. I took my mechanic with me, paid him for the day, test drove them all. So 250,000 miles is usually the threshold. But shout out to Do Good. Thank you for the $20 super chat. It'll definitely go to good use to the channel. And as far as providing more content, James, I want to apologize for crashing the channel and letting everyone know they shouldn't be upset at my mistakes. Mark has the best box short channel out there. James, shout out to you, James. Hey, James, I'm not trying to be hard on you, James, but I know your situation, and we really have been, aggressively working to make sure that you didn't get to this situation. We didn't want you to get to the situation that you're in now because we knew your circumstance. Everybody knows your circumstance because you put your circumstance out there. All right. So you got people rooting for you. All right. So it's not like, I'm not trying to be hard on you, not trying to be mean to you, but you had everything you needed to win. Kirk charges a lot of money for mentorship. I don't have a mentorship program. I don't do mentorship. And this is why I don't do mentorship. One, I don't do mentorship because I don't need the money. I don't need that stream of revenue. Two, I don't do it for this very reason why I'm here. I could spend my time, I could charge somebody, let's say $5,000 for a mentorship. Spend my time building out a mentorship course, giving you direct communication with me 24 hours a day because you're spending the money for that, right? And tell you everything to do, and then you don't do it, and I'm not speaking to you directly, and then go tell the world, man, I spent $5,000 for a Mark mentorship course, and man, I'm losing money, man. This ain't shit. But whole time, Mark set you up to win, gave you all the good information, but people didn't do what they were told to do. This is why I don't do it. Because my name is everything. My name is my name. What did Marlowe say in The Wire? The last season, my name is my name. My name means more to me than anything else. So if it's something out there where I feel like my name is going to be jeopardized, man, I'm not going to do it. I don't need the bread. And I'm not saying that other people need the bread or whatever the case may be. I just don't want to do it. All right. So I don't do mentorships. I'd rather help you for free like I've been doing than charge you $5,000. All right. But, not charging you, and telling you what to do. And I'm a real dude. I'm a real ninja. I really want to say something else, but I got to keep the channel PG because a lot of corporate people watch my channel. I reach outside of my channel to put you in tune with someone that specializes in what you want to do. I could have said, all right, I'm going to help you sign up for a coaching class and kept the money to myself. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. That's not my specialty. Do I know how to run middle mile? Yeah, I know how to run middle mile. Do I do it? No. Is Kirk better at it than me? Yeah. Can he teach you better than me? Yeah. So here, go to Kirk. Not only am I going to go to Kirk, I know your situation. Kirk, man, I'm going to pay you. No, man, I can't take your money. Just send it to me. So now my name on the line. And what did I just say a few minutes ago? My name. So it's not like I'm being hard on you. Everybody wanted you to win. All you had to do was listen. That's it. So, man, I appreciate you, James. We're not going to leave you out there. You know what I'm saying? But I think once you get back to New York, I don't think I can, give you more advice because it upsets me when you don't listen. It upset. Kirk called me earlier today. Like, he was upset. He was so upset, he made me upset. You know what I'm saying? So when you was on early, I was upset. That's something that you're trying to do is very advanced. That's beyond your expertise level at this point. When I started in the moving business, I didn't start doing long distance moves. It took me a while to even attempt to take on a long distance move, let alone go from Chicago to California. I've never, listen, out of all the years, I've never taken a move to New York. We went past New York because I don't want to send a truck to New York. It's certain things with my level of expertise that I don't do. So to be in this industry for a week and a half, 2 weeks, 10 days, and to take a route from New York to California when the man gave you a radius, did your cost per mile and gave you a radius to stay in. And you went outside the radius. All right. You reached out to him. Kirk was sick as a dog last week. I reached out to him a few times. He didn't answer for me. He was sick on his birthday. All right. You could have reached out to me. People, I got 2 emails today from people reaching out to me because they've been trying to get into Kirk, and they reached out to me. I can show you the emails. I swear to God, on my grandmother's grave. If you want it, you're going to do whatever it takes to get to it. You got to be hungry. I can't really take that as an excuse. All right? I can't really take that as an excuse, especially, listen, I know what it's like to have a back against the wall situation. Back against the wall is what made me who I am today. You're in a back against the wall situation. So you got to do whatever it takes to come up out of that. And that's just keeping it funky. I'm not going to leave you hanging out there. I'm not going to abandon you, but you become like the like a special reoccurring figure on the channel. So I'm not gonna abandon you, but you know what I'm saying? I need you to listen. Kirk needs you to listen, you know. So that's all. Just listen, bro. It ain't hard. Kirk did a live yesterday. I see people in the chat. Man, you got Mark and Kirk helping you, but you refuse to listen. You don't listen, bro. You gotta listen. So it is what it is, bro. I appreciate the super chat. You know, if you ever in Chicago, coming through Chicago, hit me up. I'm gonna link up. I'll take you to dinner and we'll talk. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta listen, bro. You gotta listen. So shout out to James. Shout out to James, y'all. We're gonna pray for James, man. He gotta make it to California. He gotta make it back to New Jersey. All right. So we're gonna say a prayer for James tonight. Besides you and Axel and Kurt, who do you think telling the truth in this space? Young world, I don't like to get involved in that, you know what I'm saying? What I tell people is you gotta do your own due diligence and you gotta use your own common sense. You know, if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. You have to consume the content that you receive from people and still go behind and do your own due diligence, especially when you're just finding a channel and you're really getting to know someone. Now, if you've been following someone for a period of time and, you know, you're a good judge of character and you can really read a person after, you know, following them and watching their content, then, you know, and that's different. But when you first, you know, come onto a channel, you got to really, really pay attention to what's being fed to you and how you consume that content and just not take everything at face value because it may not be 100% factual. That person may not be tenured enough to even be maybe even advising in a specific category. You know, I don't knock nobody. You know, I can only, focus on me and, you know, the people that I link up with, which is Axel and Kurt, and that's it. I know we truth tellers over here, you know what I'm saying, and that's all that matters. So I don't really focus on nobody else's channel. There's some other good content creators out there. I like QB. I like QB. I like the box truck couple. I like the box truck couple. Who else? I like QB. I like the box truck. I like Big Vic. I think as far as the box truck community, as far as actual creating content, as far as the way it's edited and stuff, I mean, he's the best. He's cold at it. As far as the editing and stuff like that, I like Big Vic's channel. I like box truck. I like QB. Obviously, Kirk. Axel doesn't really do anything. He's more on my channel and Kirk's channel than he is on his own. I'm trying to think of who else. Some other people that I used to watch, you know, they ain't even making content no more. Other than that, that's it. I don't really watch other people's content because I'm too busy making my own. So, and then if I'm not doing this, I'm doing a live stream or I'm in the world getting to other money, other streams of revenue that I got coming in. So, you know, it is what it is. But shout out to the super chats. I never knew we could reach out to you through email. Yeah, a lot of people reach out to me through email. My email is mark@thementormark.com. I'll put it in the chat real quick. Matter of fact, let me put it over here in this chat. Mark at thementormark.com. That's my email. It's in the chat. All right. That's my email. James, I pray God's protection and guidance over your return home. I pray you find favor as you travel, and I come against anything that may cause you to stumble or fail. Prayer, you make it back safe. Yes, we're going to say a prayer for James, man. We want James to win. We need them to make it from New York to Cali and from Cali back to New York. So, and we need them to make it, prosperously. All right. So, my business EINs for transportation for light beverage service. Can I add to that or start another EIN? Well, you can start another EIN if you start another company. If you start another company, you start another EIN. Mark, if you specialize in moving furniture, how did you get so knowledgeable with all these other final mile companies? Was it through Gig Warehouse I Moved? James, I've been doing this since 2010. 2010 is 2023. All right. So, tenure, I'm tenured, I'm not I'm tenured in the space. So the more tenured you are, I have wisdom compared to a person who's a novice, who's been in the space for a year or less, or 2 years or 3 years. I've done everything from moving final mile to cross dock. You gotta understand, I have my own warehouse. All right. I know what it's like for semi trucks to come day in and day out to my warehouse to deliver freight. And then the freight gets final mile from my warehouse to the end customer. All right. So, I've done it all, so that's why I'm knowledgeable. If live streaming existed in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, I wouldn't have been tenured enough to sit here and talk the way I talk now, confidently, knowledgeably. You know what I'm saying? Back then, I wouldn't have a knowledge base. Like, it took me, I wouldn't say that I was fully knowledgeable. I wouldn't consider myself like an expert in this industry probably to about 7, 8 years. Say about 2017, 2018 is when I could say, you know what, I'm fully knowledgeable on this industry. All right. So, that's how I became knowledgeable, learning as I go, studying, just hands-on experience. You got to understand, when I got in, it was a lot less costly. When I first started renting box trucks after I scaled from the pickup truck, a 16-foot box truck was $225 a week. 10 cents a mile. One move covered that. One move, $200-$300 covered that for the whole week. So that means I got 2 other moves for that day, plus the other 6 days of the week that I'm just making money. Only thing I got covered is fuel. Different ball game back then. You know what I'm saying? 26-foot box truck, $450 a week, which included 1,500 free miles, 12 cents a mile. Different ball game, you know what I'm saying? So, it was an intermediate entry, I would say, versus an advanced entry. Now, I did a video earlier, cargo van or box truck. Which one should you start? Coming into the space. Let me actually, for those that aren't subscribed to the channel that may be watching, I know 75 people in here right now. I just want to show. So this video right here, which is, well, that's the live that I'm on right now. This video right here where it says cargo van versus box truck. All right. Cargo van or box truck business, how to determine which one to start, which I dropped that one earlier. I think that's a good video for people to watch. I think, James, you should go back and I think you should watch that video. I think James, I think Kirk told you to leave that truck in California. And I know, Kirk was serious when he said that too. But if you do make it back, from California to New York. My honest opinion, James, I think you can be successful, but I think the box truck business is a little bit advanced for you. I think maybe you should turn your box truck in, and I think maybe you should look at a cargo van and maybe try your hands at the cargo van business locally. Take a dedicated run. You're gonna get paid a little bit less. Listen, it's just gonna be you. If you can make $300 a day, supplement that with something else in the evening, some roadies, some Amazon Flex, whatever, make you $500 a day. I think that may be more up your alley. And as you learn this industry, the ins and the outs of this industry at a lower cost per entry, I think ultimately maybe later on you can maybe revisit the box truck space. I just don't think, and I'm being honest with you, I think you should revisit the box truck industry a little bit later. I think you should probably, trade in that box truck for a cargo van. And then another reason why is because you started with limited capital. In that video, I said people have box truck dreams and cargo van money, which is similar to people having Mercedes-Benz S580 dreams, but having Honda Civic money. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I think the cargo van is probably the better route for you, and you can, learn more, and the learning curve is going to cost you a lot less. And I think that's the way you should go, James. And that's just I don't think you should exit. I just think you should scale back to something that's a little bit more befitting for you. If he leaves it without making sure his rep is okay with it, Penske will cut ties with him. Definitely will cut ties with him. Good info. I'm staying out of New York. Yeah, I've never sent a truck to New York. Never. I am in the process of getting it before I can run my truck in New York. Please advise James not to run New York without. Thanks. Hey, James, you hear everybody. These box truck YouTubers who started the PPP loan year doing Amazon swear they know everything. He ain't one of them. Yeah, I ain't one of them. I'm not one of them. So, yeah, I wasn't even here during the PPP. I came in at the ass end of it when some people were still making money. Some people were starting to see the decline. I was here for that. I told people they were going to decline. They laughed at me and made fun of me, told me I didn't know what I was talking about. I told them y'all weren't going to see no peak season. They told me I was crazy. I told them about Amazon. They told me I was even more crazy. I just been a crazy guy that's always been right. I've always been able to foresee the future. And I'm not a wizard. I'm just experienced. I've seen this stuff happen before. I'm a business major. I studied economics. Certain things just make sense, and certain things don't. You know what I'm saying? I know about inflation. I told people about inflation back in May, June. People don't know this type of stuff. I don't know. Like I say a lot of time, man, don't be a box trucker, be a businessman. Educate yourself on business. If you educate yourself on business, you can run any type of business, a box truck business, a restaurant, a soup kitchen, a goddamn a homeless shelter, whatever. I don't care what it is. If you educate yourself on business, you can run any business. All right. Don't think like a box trucker. Don't think like a cargo van owner operator. Think like a businessman. Educate yourself on businessman. You don't got to go to school. There's plenty of free lectures on YouTube. Start looking at some lectures. Introduction to Business 101. Introduction to Macroeconomics 101. Introduction to Microeconomics 101. Come on, educate yourself. If you really want this to work, you need to educate yourself on a full scope of business and stop thinking like a box trucker. The reason why I can invest into different things and see success from because I understand business. I don't wake up in the morning and scroll through Instagram and look at, the chicks. I do that a little later on in the day. You see what I'm saying? In the morning, I'm listening to MSNBC. I'm listening to CNBC. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the world. Is Jerome Powell raising the basis points some more? I need to know what's going on. I need to know what's going on. All right. So, you know, you got to think like a businessman, carry yourself like a businessman. And I guarantee you, when you start doing that, a lot of people will start seeing a little bit more success. I know I'm missing a lot of comments, man, but the chat is just on fire tonight. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Kobe Curry, what's going on? About to add another truck. My final mount contract with Home Depot. Thanks for all the help, Mark. Shout out to Kobe Curry. I ain't seen you on the channel in a while, but man, congratulations, man. I'm glad you adding another truck, man. Gotta check in with us more often, man. I ain't seen you in a few months. Do you have any companies that have one-man opportunities in the Chicago area? Go check out depending on what size truck you got, it's a company out in Hillside, Illinois called Veterans Distribution. You might want to check them out. There's another company that you can get one-man final mile contract opportunities called R&L Carriers, but they're sending those routes out to South Bend. So you may have to travel a little bit out to South Bend, Indiana to do your run out in the sticks, but that's another option for you. Man, these 6 days killing me, bro. Hey, man, you got to, bro, when I first got started, I was working 7 days a week, 30 days a month. You could do it. And if you're under 35, you can do it. Now, if you're over 35, then I ain't trying to hit nothing. Under 35, you got to do it. Guys, I really enjoyed this. Great info. Got to get the kids up early for school. Mark, I will be in touch with you. Good night, guys. Be blessed. All right, shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in, Felton. That's a fact. Once I understood business, anything I got into was able to navigate to high success. Yeah, you guys got to know business. No business, no business, no business. Does Menard have final mile contracts? I've never seen a Menard's contract. They do a lot of, they'll deliver like your, like say you're doing a rehab, right? And you got like 100 slabs of drywall, they have those types of contracts where they'll come out with the what's that thing called, the Mopar or whatever it is, and they'll have the flatbed and they'll take that off the back and then they'll lift it up and lift it through the window. They do that type of delivery, but like final mile, big and bulky, no, never seen that. I own my 24-footer and it's been rough since last month. Why is it rough? What are you doing? Hey, Mark, I gave you 5 memberships for the chat to help out. I'm open to trying a cargo van next if I strike out financially. I got the experience driving box trucks, good resume, good references. You need to seriously consider, you got a long drive ahead of you and a long drive back. You need to really take the time while you're driving, cut the radio off, tune everything out, pay attention to the road and think. All right. You need to think and be honest with yourself. You need to go watch that video that I put out earlier today. You need to be honest with yourself. Why strike out if you still got some money? You can transition while you have money. Because here's the thing. If you strike out, now you're sitting out. See, if you strike out, now you're sitting out. Now you got to sit out until you build that bag back up to re-enter. So if you still have a bag now to transition, why strike out when you can transition? All right? Think like a businessman. Don't think like a box trucker. All right? Don't think like an employee like Kirk would say. You have to be honest with yourself. Do I need to play that video I did earlier? I said it. Listen. People have box truck dreams with cargo van money. All right? So you really need to, listen, like I said in the video, listen, I don't got a dog in the fight. I ain't got a horse in the race when it comes to your business. This is just my professional, experienced opinion. It's your business. I don't have a dog in the fight. I ain't got a horse in the race. The decision is up to you, all right? But you need to make the best decision for your situation. Me, if I know that, listen, this ain't working, my money is limited, man, the cargo van is a little bit cheaper, I got a little bit more opportunity that I can. You can't run gigs with your box truck. If you take an L earlier in the day, let's say on Watco or Office Depot with T-Force or Staples, it's an app you can download. It's called Amazon Flex. You need to go deliver you some groceries to get that money back. Go pick you a few blocks. Go deliver you some groceries. You need to download Curry. Go deliver some toilets and some paint to some contractors. You need to download Roadie. These things are all day long. You don't have to leave your state. You don't have to leave your city. You're in a major metropolitan area. You're in New Jersey. Why are you driving from New York all the way across country as an inexperienced box truck owner operator? All right. That video has your face on it. All right. So don't tap out. Why tap out when you can transition while you still have money? Because if you strike out, you're going to sit out until you build your bag up. All right. So you need to think about that real seriously while you out traveling from one end of the country to the other end of the country. You need to really think about that, James. So, and that's just my honest opinion. James, you need to talk to your broker. OTR just got my inspection trying to stay in my radius. It's been hard to get loads. I reached out to JB Hunt, waiting on a response for them. Okay. All right. Yeah, I remember. Yep. D-Walk was going to get a box truck too, but then after listening to me, he went in for the cargo van. He listened. He listened in that. He didn't listen on something else I told him, but he did listen on that. So it's just you gotta listen, James. You gotta listen, man. But the decision is up to you. I ain't got a dog in the fight. All right. I don't have a dog in the fight. All right. Any of these companies come with a box truck? Yeah. So UST, they have a option where if you don't have a box truck, they will provide you one for free. But it's really not for free, but it's for free. They just don't pay you as much as if you were onboarding with a box truck. So, for example, and these rates aren't exact. I'm just using this for example purposes. If you're on board with a truck, your dedicated rate may be $800 a day, whereas if you're utilizing one of their box trucks, it may be $725 a day. So ultimately, you're paying for it. It's just not marketed to you that way. But they do have an opportunity for you to get up and going if you have a team and you have your authority and everything that you need to get going. They'll provide you a box truck if you don't have one. All right, Donald. Let me see. What else? I mean, I know I missed a lot, y'all, but I apologize. The chat is just on fire, so I'm probably not gonna be able to scroll all the way up to the top because I'm not gonna keep y'all here that late. I gotta get up in the morning. I got another video that I gotta edit tomorrow. I got some stuff I gotta do in the morning. Oh, and that's another thing, guys. I'm getting back to putting out videos. I'm gonna try to do at least 2 a week. I think the space needs it. I think I took off 3 months was a good break. I think it's time to get back to the videos. So I'm still gonna do the live streams, but I'm gonna try to put out 2 videos a week. So I got another one. I got another 2 coming in the next few days. So be on the lookout for that. I gave some solo final mile companies earlier. You got to go back and watch the stream, man. My mind is not processing like it was earlier. It's starting to slow down because it's getting late. I've been up since 4:30 a.m. So I don't want to repeat myself. You're just gonna have to go back and watch the stream. How, Mark? You need to advise James to avoid New York. I did. Shout out to Dennis 33. Appreciate the compliments. It's the best channel. Solid info, no BS. Appreciate it. Another prayer for you, James. Praying for James, but he made 2 major mistakes that he will learn from and make better decisions. At least he can own up to it. Yeah, he can own up to it. And James is humble too. You know what I'm saying? James is real humble. I wish he listened, but he can sit here and not humble ain't the word. James doesn't care what other people think about him. No one's laughed at him. People want him to win, so I appreciate James for coming in here and admitting his mistakes and sitting here and taking this hard lesson and I guess what we're telling them. It's not harsh, but man, he's just kind of upset because we set him up to win and he just didn't listen to nothing. So I don't know, man. James, everybody praying for you, man. We want to see you win. I know you got to go through Chicago. Well, you actually in Illinois now, but you ain't in Chicago, so I'm not finna drive to meet you. If you ever come through Chicago, James, dinner on me, all right? Little hard talk is good. James needed. He wouldn't make that mistake against you guys just looking out for him. Yeah, just looking out for him. He probably don't continue to beat him. We ain't beating him. Ain't beating him. Keep up the good work, Mark. What's up, man? Appreciate you. What's the company's names I just hopped on? Yeah, you gotta rewatch the live, man. Gotta rewatch the live. It'll be posted. Yes, you need commercial insurance for T-Force. Any third party logistics company, you're gonna need commercial insurance. You're gonna need commercial insurance for any third party logistics company. If you're running commercial freight for anyone, you're gonna need commercial insurance. All right. I wasn't able to drive under the young lady's authority. She has a contract and got too many trucks and not enough freight, so she decided to give the local routes to people in her mentorship program. Hey, Young World, what are you talking about? You said you gave up your truck the other day, right? And you was running for somebody else. If you still in here, what happened? Because I saw you say something the other day, but I don't think I really comprehended it. Folks, appreciate that.
You played yourself.
Oh, wrong sound effect. Yeah, my bad. You didn't play yourself. I meant to hit that one. My bad. What brand is best, Freightliner, Hino, or International? Well, I would go Hino first, but if you're in a market where there's no service centers, Hino service centers, you need to go around and ask the trucking centers if they are capable of working on it, because a lot of places don't, because they don't have the software to diagnose it. Then Freightliner, then International. Yeah, I like QB. Donald says he's going to T-Force tomorrow. That's what I'm saying, man. Get straight to it. Don't waste no time. I never knew we can reach out to you after I answered that one. Shout out to all the super chats from earlier. They provide the box truck RXO, just cleared their 40% rider discount for leasing contractors, and they pay a little bit more. All right, there goes some info for RXO, y'all. Right, Young World said he just got good news about T-Forge. Mark, I just signed up through LegalZoom. They sent questions saying I need a house owner signature to get a business license in California. What's that about? Man, I don't know. I mean, I don't, here's the thing. If you signed up for your business through LegalZoom, you should have just went to your Secretary of State. LegalZoom is a third party that probably charged you a fee to do that, and you could have just did that yourself. It may be something to it. I don't know. Y'all governor out there, what's his name? Gary Newsom. He's something else. So I really don't know, because I don't live in California, but that's a possibility, because y'all governor is something else. So house owners insurance to get a business license, I don't know about that. So I can't really even answer. Just an update, I'm back over the road. That local driving under someone else's authority was a wash. She had too many trucks, not enough freight, and gave it to... Okay, that's what you said. Can I do a recap of all the companies? You got to go watch the replay. Guys. Like, I've been streaming for... Oh, man, how long have I been on stream? 2 hours and 45 minutes. I can't go back and recap those companies, because I spent about 5 minutes on each company. I kind of broke them down, gave y'all the information y'all need to know. do your boy a favor and help me out and go back and watch the replay. This is great info, bro. I thank you from the bottom. I will hit your messenger because I'm at the start of my journey. All right, I'll be here. Getting ready to start with pilot at Lowe's. Nervous. Don't be nervous. Just do your due diligence. Final mile. Claims can kill you. So just make sure you train yourself properly. Make sure you train your helper properly or your team properly. Make sure you train yourself on how to carry, train yourself on how to use the equipment, when to use certain equipment for certain situations, when not to use certain equipment. Make sure you have the right equipment to get the job done efficiently. Pay attention, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to damage anyone's property. You don't want to damage the goods. It's either one claim can put you out of business. All right. Final mile is a lot of money. Out of all the lanes, final mile gonna get you the most money. But the higher the risk, the higher the reward. So claims, you're responsible for the goods, and you're also responsible for the property. So you do have a right to be nervous, but I think you need to just educate yourself on techniques, equipment, and just pay very, very close attention. Treat people's homes like they were your own. Don't take any shortcuts. You need to create contracts for your helpers and your driver. If you're not on the truck, company pays for nothing. There's a saying that says the shit rolls downhill, and it really rolls downhill in final mile. All right. As an owner, no, not paying for it, especially if you've had proper training. That's why if you're not going to be on the truck, you need to train your people properly and create your contract form. There's a website that you can use. It's called Rocket Lawyer. You can do a digital contract, and you can have those guys sign it, store it, so that if anything does happen, you have to make deductions. You have their signature. You need to make sure you have an employee handbook that states that if they damage anything, deductions will come out of their paycheck, so you can prevent yourself from getting sued. And if you do get sued, you have written consent with their signature and a contract form that's legally binding that states this. You have to cover all your bases. Remember, you got to treat it like a business, not a box truck. All right, so it's a business. Cover all your bases. You can't be lazy with this. I think if you do all that, then you'll be fine. But, ultimately, you got to train yourself on how to carry and maneuver furniture. And that's not something that you're going to get the first day, the first month, or even the first year. You got couches that flare out. You got, you're going to have stairwells that are lower. You're going to have third floor, fifth floor walk-ups. You're going to have stuff that doesn't fit. You're going to have customers saying, well, don't worry about the wall. I thought I did the measurements. Can you guys just try it again? But in your mind, it's not going to fit. Don't make it fit, because guess what? They'll tell you one thing. Don't worry about it. You'll try it, and then you damage something, and then you know what they're going to say? Well, what about my wall? Well, what about my floor? Well, wait a minute. You said don't worry about it. Well, you guys are the professionals. Ask me how I know. Because these are mistakes that I made very, very early on. I'm experienced now. I can go to a place and see something. I could just tell the customer it's not going to fit. Well, you didn't try it. I don't got to try. My guys don't have to try. Can eyeball it. That takes time. Oh, you want us to try it? Hold on. Let me get this waiver. So if we try, we're not responsible at all. You got to sign this waiver. Nothing. You got to have all this paperwork, all these contracts. You got to have all this stuff ready to go. This is a very liability-driven business. People going to buy mansion furniture and live in a studio. You'll be surprised some of the stuff that you'll see once you get out there. You see what I'm saying? So then you got some of this stuff that just costs a lot of money. People want to buy this technology. Like that LG refrigerator, I always use that one for example with the YouTube screen. It's a $4,500 refrigerator. You come to my house and I see a scratch on that refrigerator, I'm refusing it. And guess what? When it gets refused, they're going to do an investigation. If you signed for it and you left that terminal that morning and it didn't have no scratches, that means it got scratched on the truck or it got scratched while you guys were unloading it and bringing it up. But if it gets refused and you signed it out, it's gonna fall on you. The retailer ain't gonna pay for it. The logistics company ain't gonna pay for it. It falls on you. It's a lot of risk with final mile, and I don't never tell nobody that you're gonna make a lot of money and it's easy, because it's not. It's not easy. It's very hard. It's very taxing on the body. It's very strenuous. You can make a lot of money. God, blessed me. I had a long run with final mile at a very, very successful peak that put me in a position of comfortability today. But, there's going to be times, where you're going to have to make an executive decision, and you have to decide, listen, this customer is begging me to bring this in. Is this $85 stop worth a $4,500 claim? I'd rather them charge me $85 for not making the attempt when I know that this ain't going to work, and try to make this and damage this $4,500 refrigerator. That's a business decision that I will make every single day and won't think twice about it. I'll take the $85 hit before I take the $4,500 hit. That's a businessman. That's not a box truck. That's a person thinking like a businessman. I'll take the $85 hit before I take the $45 hit to appease a customer who don't give two shits about me. And it's going to ultimately put the blame on me, even though they said they're not. Just try. Don't worry about it. So, just do your due diligence and really, 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 pay attention and go on YouTube. Look how to L certain things. Look how to L couches. Make sure when you're carrying a couch up the stairs, make sure you got the open end on the turn so that you don't have to go all the way back downstairs to turn the couch around to come up with the right way. Just things like that, man. Things like that you're gonna learn over time. But just every day, take every day as a learning lesson, bro. Thank you so much for this stream, brother. It's epic. What would you recommend as a good mileage? I think I answered that one. Let me jump up a little bit. Let me skip some. Cleveland, subscribe, tell them Mark sent you. Hey Mark, what's a good workers comp company? I'm in Chicago with you as well. JB Hunt asked me for it, or how do I get around it? DM me and I'm gonna put you into with my broker. DM me. I don't know. What may be good for one person may not be good for another person. So you're in Chicago. My broker is licensed here. So DM me and then I'll refer you to my broker. All right. All right, I'm gonna scroll back down. Oh, I saw something. Can we get to the show? Oh, yeah, this was from earlier. Yes, when we saw my James. So, all right, y'all. It's a lot of comments. Do I have a furniture delivery video? No. So when I first started YouTube, I attempted. If you go back and look at some of my early videos, I was on some moves and I attempted to try to record. I hopped on a truck to get some content, try to record. I got like 2 or 3 videos trying to show. But when a customer is paying you $250 an hour, the last thing they want to see you do is set up a camera, steady fidget with the camera and stuff like that. So I got like 2 or 3 videos with some footage of doing this stuff, but from the moving side. But it was just hard for me to capture that when a customer paying you $250 an hour, like they ain't trying to see none of that, And I was very new on YouTube then, so I didn't have a person to come and just videotape it and all that stuff. I wasn't that far advanced as far as the YouTube back then in May. This is like April, May, June of last year. But if you go back and you look through some of that early content, you'll see some, I think 3 videos where I'm out in the field doing some work. So I ultimately wanted to do a tutorial on how to maneuver certain furniture, but it's just too hard. The JB Hunt plug was great. They switched from appliances to furniture because the installment claims from for appliances were unbelievable. They train you for a white glove. That's what's up. That's what's up. All my life I had to move. Think I'll be official with final mile maneuver side. Now hooking up appliances, not so much. You drop it, gems. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, claims will bankrupt you. You get the right claim on the right day. That's it. Some people's floors cost a lot of money. Some people order expensive furniture, so you have to be very, very careful. It depends on the market. It depends on the market. Like I said, I got a subscriber who's in Ohio, Cleveland, and he's getting 700 for Bob's. Says it's okay, but he's looking to make more. I think 750 is the minimum. What I usually coach people and consult people for final mile. I usually say you kind of want to set your base at a minimum of 750. 650. I don't know, man. 15 stops, up to 15 stops for 650 to me is just not enough. Depending on your market, maybe, but I'm in a large market. 650 is not going to be enough, in my market with the cost of payroll and things of that nature. I think your minimum threshold should be 750. I don't care where you are in the country if you're doing final mile. Appreciate you. I have a step during Utah. I'm surprised on the way to California. Her birthday was yesterday. Hopefully I can make it to her birthday party. But I said I haven't seen her in person for 2 years. Yeah, hopefully you can make it there. Facts, Gavin Newsom is ridiculous. That's why I moved my company to Chicago. Yeah, man, that guy out there, man, I got some homies that live out there that started a box trucking business, and man, I heard that what they were telling me, like, your truck got to be like a 2017 or newer, and like every year it's got to be a year, something like that, like 2016, 2017 or newer, something like that, and then by 2025 it's got to be this, and man, do something else with the AB5 and all the other stuff he got going on, man. Do something else out there, man. I don't know, man. Some of the stuff I just don't understand, But I'm pretty sure there's something in it for him. A lot of stuff he's doing, I think, is because it's something in it for him. Audible is $10 a month with a free book every month. A lot of time to read, listen on the road. Hey, James, you hear that? Audible. I listen to podcasts all the time. I like man, it's a few podcasts I listen to. I like How I Built This by Guy Fraz. He talks to a lot of successful entrepreneurs, and they talk about their journey on how they built. Like I listened, the last one I listened to was the guy who started Zoomies, the store Zoomies. Great story. I listened to the one for the guy who created Chat GPT. I listened to the guys that started Bored Apes. See, like, I'm a serial entrepreneur. Like I get, I really like listening to things that educate me. You know what I'm saying? I really don't like wasting my time on foolishness. At least the earlier part of my day when my mind is, really refreshed after sleeping. I kind of focus on the BS like later on in the afternoon. But in the earlier part of my day when my mind is at its best, I like to listen to educational stuff. Keep up with the news, keep up what's going on with the economy, and then listen to educational podcasts. So, yeah, that's a good tip for James while you're on the road, man. Check out some good educational podcasts, man, and exercise your brain, bro. You gotta exercise your brain, man. Exercise your brain. Hey, Mark, love the channel. I'm a father of 5, married. Your channel gave me everything to take my leap, man. Appreciate that, Jermaine. Let me know how your journey go, man. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks, Mark, for the info. Shout out to James. It comes with the game. Sometimes maybe he's going to listen on the next one. Yeah, he going to listen. He going to listen. He going to get it. If it ain't with the box truck, it's going to be with the cargo van. Either way, man, at this point now, I'm invested. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta turn this negative into some sort of positive. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna make sure he get it, either with a box truck or preferably with a cargo van. Thank you. Looking to get started soon. Insurance is a killer. Yeah, insurance is a killer, but It's just a part of the industry. Like I always suggest, don't start off with a brand new truck. I mean, if you're renting a truck, you're gonna pay insurance on a newer truck because the insurance companies had newer trucks. But things are just high now. That's why I said, the cost of entry into the space now is a lot. It's an advanced industry now, mainly due to the cost of entry because it reduces that time for that learning curve. Because man, you can get put out real quick now. So, I'm really pushing people that like the video I did earlier was really to get people to thinking like man, that's a good point, man. I'm looking at my budget and I'm only got really like 30 days and man, that's a good point. Maybe I should start with a cargo van. Listen, if you have the working capital to start with a box truck, then by all means, but make sure you have enough in the kitty to withstand the trials and tribulations of getting started. If you don't think you got enough money in the kitty to, withstand a couple months of error, marginal error, learning curve, trials and tribulations, then you might want to look at something that's more local and dedicated on a smaller scale, like a cargo van. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with uh 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 starting at a smaller scale or smaller scale and then working your way up. And when I mean scale, I'm not talking about fleet. I'm just saying as far as how you enter on a smaller level with a cargo van in comparison to a box truck. You know what I'm saying? So if your box truck, your money ain't kind of but with a cargo van I can go a little bit further, then that's something for you to think about. And that's why I put that video out early and it did really well. It was received very very well, and I think the community needed to hear that because I talk to a lot of people daily, a lot of people on the fence, and I know a lot of people aren't going to make it with what they got, and this is probably the better option for them. So hopefully a lot of people took heed to that video. uh, uh, Mark, I appreciate the knowledge you're dropping. I'm definitely considering getting into the business, starting with a cargo van. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, y'all. Mark, have you ever heard of Road Runner Freight? Yep, I've definitely heard of Road Runner Freight. Mark saved my ass. I sure did, didn't I? How long does a typical onboarding take with these final mile companies? Um, 2 to 4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you apply with a company today and they actually call you back in 24 hours, right? 2 to 4 weeks. So I'm not saying 2 to 4 weeks, meaning I apply today and then 2 weeks they call me back and then 2 weeks on board. If you apply with a company today, they call you back tomorrow. From there, about 2 to 4 weeks, because you got to go through the background and submitting the information and meeting the operations and the branch manager and all that stuff. It takes about 2 to 4 weeks because they got to background you. They got to background your helper. If I were you, I'd probably onboard 2 helpers. That way you can shift them out because you might have to take a 6-day contract or a 7-day contract, and you're not going to be able to work 6 or 7 days. So you're going to have to rotate some people. You need a day off. Your helper needs a day off. Helper number 2 needs a day or 2 off. So they got to background everybody. And so about 2 to 4 weeks. Some companies are a little bit quicker than others. Let me see. All right, I know I missed a lot of comments, y'all, but the chat was on fire tonight, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I know I missed a lot, but as the channel gets bigger, I'm not gonna be able to, see everybody. Eventually, I'm gonna have to turn the chat on slow mode. So if I didn't get a chance to read your comment, I apologize. You can always DM me. That's another thing. I know my DM response time, my email response time is starting to get longer. That's because the amount of DMs I get, the amount of emails I get every day, just getting more and more and more and more and more. So just bear with me. If I didn't read it, I definitely always scroll down to, if I'm a day or two behind, I always go back. So just bear with me. And I think that's that. Rush, hell no, that's your. All right, yeah, Axel. I'm not bringing Axel on tonight. I don't feel like talking all night. We'll say that for Monday. Oh yeah, the Three Wise Men. Let me do my shameless plug for the Three Wise Men. The Three Wise Men, great show, great reception. Monday will be the third show. As we continue to do that show, it's going to continue to get better. Ultimately, I want to move that show off my channel to its own channel. So make sure you guys come in for the Three Wise Men. We're actually building out topics now for the show. We're going to introduce that Monday. If you guys didn't get a chance, Kirk, the webinar was Kirk's idea. He talked about that on his stream last night. I know a lot of people probably didn't catch it, but the webinar, he decided to push it back until further notice. I'm not gonna carry it on because it wasn't my idea. So that was his idea. He wants to push it back until further notice. So as of right now, the webinar is being pushed back until further notice. Three Wise Men every Monday at 8:00. I'll be back on Sunday and next Thursday. Other than that, I like Amazon strategy for scheduling, rotating 2 people 1 weekend. All right, if anybody ain't got no other major pressing questions, Upflip is another good podcast. Yeah, I watched a few episodes of Upflip. About to rewatch this to 4. Let me see. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I've been on for a little over 3 hours. I'm trying to cut these lives down. If I didn't get to your question, I apologize. Hope everybody enjoyed the stream tonight. Be safe. Say a prayer for James. James, don't be ashamed to reach out. I don't want no more excuses from you. We want to see you win. Everybody else, hit the like button on your way out. Shout out to Pippi for moderating the chat. Good night to everybody. If it's urgent that you want to talk to me, you can always, I never promote www.boxshortcourses.com. Y'all, I ain't the type of person that's going to push stuff on you. So that's why you don't hear me. By the way, www.boxshortcourses.com. I don't do that. I put the banner up at the beginning. I take it down because it gets in the way. But if it's urgent and you need to get to me, then that's the quickest way to get to me. Not saying you got to do it. You don't got to do it. Don't care if you want to do it or not. All right. I don't have a mentorship program, but if you need to get to me 15, 30 or an hour and you want to jump the line, then this is how you do it. www.boxtruckcourses.com. Other than that, you guys got to be patient with me on Facebook, Instagram, and my email. All right. Appreciate y'all. And I'm out.